Welcome everybody to our latest session of Scarlet Citadel. The group had a very interesting time out last session, so as usual we'll go ahead and do a quick recap of what occurred last week and then we will get started. So group, you'll likely remember we picked up last week with you guys outside of this room where there was these large vats of acid, and it appeared as though these vats, or at least one of them, was emitting or leaking some of this acid, as there was a table nearby that looked as though its front legs, as they were exposed to the acid, was slowly dissolving. There was also a chair that you could pretty much just see the remnants of, as it seemed to have fully dissolved. The group eyed this for a bit and eventually decided to have Hugo use his telekinetic mage hand to pull the table closer, and you guys had it sort of wedged between the hallway at the foot of this area. Looking at this and not really sure how to proceed, you decided why go into any trouble unless you absolutely had to. So you decided to back off and make your way back into the hallway here and continued heading to the west. After going west just a little bit, you noticed a very magnificent sight in the room to your north, which was this area of pink lightning that was shooting from the north to the south walls. This seemed to be a very magical phenomenon. You guys entered and carefully avoided the pink lightning, investigating this desk that was sat before it. You can see that there was also a bookcase and another sort of end table on the other side of the lightning, but at first nobody seemed to want to risk going into the lightning or was not able to draw any conclusions about what the lightning did or its impact or anything along those lines. So the group waited carefully outside and was having some discussions about how to proceed, what to do next, when after making some noise here, for example grabbing the chair and throwing it through the lightning, having it rattle across the ground, the door to the west past the lightning opened and a gnome was visible to those characters that had line of sight. The gnome seemed to be curious and perhaps interested that the player characters were there, and as the decision then was made, hey, why doesn't Grass come up here, grab this desk and throw it through the lightning, and we'll see if we can sort of use it as a shield of the lightning. So as Grass started to that, the little gnome stepped away. This caused Penn to move into action fairly quickly, where he used a teleportation effect, a Misty Step, to move past the lightning without touching it, and found himself now trapped between the door and the pink lightning. As he pushed forward, he quickly found himself in combat with this little gnome and a creature that you guys refer to as a demon that was inside of some type of a circle. The gnome had apparently put down some salt at the edge of this circle, and this was some type of a ritual or a magical effect, and it let the demonic creature that you guys referred to it as to attack Penn. So Penn was engaged in combat with both this gnome, who seemed to be a spellcaster, and this creature from the circle. Once the group realized that this was all happening, several of you decided to try to find another way around, started making your way south and west, and eventually found a storeroom where there was a very high incline area in a very low wedge sort of way to be able to get to this other room without having to go through the lightning. So you guys started making that path, and during this time Armony decided to risk it by turning into a panther and then moving through the pink lightning that way. Unfortunately, this had a drastic effect on the panther, or Armony, which was that she actually lost entire memory. So her age was actually reduced by a random number that she rolled, which ended up being 10 years. All memories accumulated in that time were gone, and her character level was set to 1. So a very unfortunate outcome for Armony, who suddenly did not know who anybody else in the party was, and was very confused as she sort of sat there pulling on her own mind and trying to figure out where she was, and very out of sorts, of course. The rest of the group encountered this gnome and gave battle to him. During the same time as the battle was seemingly stacked against Penn, he decided to make his way down to the 3rd level of the Scarlet Citadel here in hopes of getting away. Luckily for him, as he was making his way down, while this creature did indeed chase him and the gnome wizard seemed to avoid, stay behind, and just fling spells, Penn was able to quickly find that there was another staircase. So after he came down the staircase, there was a spiral staircase pretty close by, and as he started taking that up, he did trip, get his foot caught once, and this slowed him down a bit as he could hear this creature chasing after him. But thanks to his rogue speed with cunning action dash, he was able to get up to the top and make his way out of the hatch that was there and found himself out in the open world. So it seemed as though this was a way to go from the surface down to the 3rd level of the Scarlet Citadel, which has a whole lot of ramifications in and of itself. But after he made his way out, he hid in the trees nearby, trying to avoid this creature. He watched the hatch carefully, noticed that the creature did not seem to come out, but eventually when he made his way back, realized that the hatch was closed and wedged shut. He knew he could potentially try to destroy it to regain access, but decided to circle back to the front, knowing where the group was, so decided to make his way back to the front and try to regroup with the rest of the player characters. Back over on our player characters, the battle with this wizard continued. He was using some magic that our player characters identified as invisibility, as that's the closest that they could come to based on what visually they could tell was happening. So they said, oh, he's clearly going invisible. With these efforts, these magics, he was able to either disappear, teleport, vanish. The group is not really quite sure, as he was sort of there and casting spells and then gone, and then he would spring back and cast spells and then be gone. And this was very frustrating for our characters, but eventually it got to a point where the wizard did not pop back in any longer, and he did, however, have sort of an interesting spell cast towards Elliot, who was just making his way through that incline area, when the spellcaster cast a spell and caused an image of Elliot's brother to break free from the stone wall, grasping onto Elliot and putting him through the ringers. Luckily, Elliot was able to quickly recognize that this was simply an illusion, and it didn't have too much of an effect on him, other than perhaps startling him at that moment. But yeah, eventually this wizard was unable to be discovered. He was gone and was not detected by the party. So the party now down a member as Penn was missing, and down a second member as Armony had no idea who was who. She seemed quite terrified of Grask, perhaps not having seen lizardmen 10 years ago at that point in time. And so the group had to try to convince her to trust them, and then eventually decided to make their way out of the Scarlet Citadel, going back up to the 1st level and exiting the Scarlet Citadel proper. So as the group exited and then eventually made their way back to the village of Red Tower, they had some time in the inn here to do some selling, some purchasing of some things, get some drinks, rest and relax, try to identify some of the things that they had found or learn more about them, and spent a little bit of time in town realizing that Harmony was not going to be of any help to the group anymore, as she had essentially lost all of her skills. She didn't know them any longer and was a teenager, we learned. So she was likely to be headed back to the north to Twerkyville to try to piece together the remnants of her life. So yeah, group, we are currently in the village of Red Tower. Is there anything in that recap that I missed and anybody would like to add?
Just that we found that meat in the chest.
Yep, meat, and we know where now the door is to go down to the 3rd level.
Meat in the chest. Oh, yes, correct. So in the room where this creature was inside of the circle, there was a footlocker on the east side of the wall. And yes, you guys did manage to pop that open with a Thieves' Tools check and find a wrapped up chunk of meat inside. And after studying this, you were able to discover it was simply a cut of venison. At first, there was likely some concerns that this was something else, but you guys did end up taking this back to the inn and having it cooked up for the group to eat. Yes, good addition, Hugo. Go ahead and take inspiration for that. Alrighty, if there's nothing else, then we will go ahead and get everybody back over to the map of the village of Red Tower as we pick up where we left off. So group, as we find ourselves back in the village, I imagine most of you guys are currently in the Cage Tavern and Inn. Is that a fair assumption?
Yeah.
Did we get a long rest?
Technically not yet.
Okay, well, I've definitely leveled up, so we'll just hope there's no more combat for the rest of the night. That'll be fine.
Yes, it's pretty late in the day. I'm thinking we left off at the end of the day rather than the next morning, so yes, that's probably a safe assumption.
And we did pay extra money so that everyone's going to have inspiration when we wake up, basically.
Yes, another good addition. Yeah, so the group did decide to take advantage of what was like a premium package here in the Cage Tavern and Inn, getting access to some of the best rooms, best beds, that sort of thing. And yeah, this will award everybody inspiration in the morning.
You say we leveled up. What level were we supposed to be?
You guys have now leveled up to 5.
One last question.
Sure.
Did we split any money, or did that get updated on my sheet, or is that not a... I don't think I guess I didn't hear if there was any loot that was gained, so I'm just updating everything.
I don't know if we made any money.
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure that I was...
No, we made money. I don't think you got split over to you, though, so I think you need a share.
I wasn't there, so that's fine.
Well, you were there when we got the loot that we sold for the money, though. That's the thing. It was the jailer's treasure. Basically, we sold that for 700 gold.
Jesus.
We didn't divide that to include him.
I don't think we did. Yeah, I was wondering that when we did the calculations because I don't think he got a share. So if we want to do that and be fair now, I'm down for it. But it's up to you guys.
I wasn't here, so yeah.
Well, let's get him in.
We all throw in 20 gold.
You didn't have to split with Harmony, so are you sure you weren't just dropping her off?
I think we split it 5 ways for like 100 and something each.
Yeah, that would include Sebastian, right?
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, looking in the chat, Elliot posted that we got 130 gold each after 50 being used for the extravagant evening. It's 920 times... No, we made 690. So then what did we divide that by to get 130?
690, so... And then minus 50, so 640. And then divide by 5. Would actually not be...
I leave for one night, and all the finances fall apart in this group.
Well, it's okay because in the calculation we actually gained money. Because 640 does indeed not divide by 5 into 130.
Yeah, so 640 divided by 5 would be 100, and my math is not great. 120 something.
640 divided by 6, which I think is what we want to do now, gives us all 106.66 repeating.
Okay.
So I think we each lose $24 because we each added 130.
So I'll put 106 gold on my thing. Is that right?
I think that's right. And 66 silver. And we'll throw away the extra ones so we don't have to think about it.
Just throw them.
All right, so I subtracted 24 from mine.
Oh, and then sorry. So then is that 106 minus our extravagant package?
No, 106 is how much you get.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, we took the package out before we divided it.
And you know, if there's one thing that I love more than D&D, it's banking in D&D.
Hence why I leave all this kind of stuff to the players.
Adam's just sipping a Mai Tai right now, sitting back, letting us argue this out.
Oh, and by the way, Adam, for my backup character, I decided to just go with the lucky feat for him instead of bloodlines. So
Okay, yeah, that works.
Not gonna need the bloodlines.
Okay, so now we're back. We're sitting at our table. Is that right?
Yes, group, you are inside the Cage Tavern and Inn, and you are at your table.
Well, I think we need to find some other people, right? We lost Harmony. We see somebody else that wants to go. It might be a good idea to hire somebody else.
Can Renaud look around the tavern, see if any new armored individuals are walking around?
Sure. Give me a blind check as you do so. No, it looks like a fairly boring day here at the Cage Tavern Inn. We will assume it's, later in the day. You guys have every... Or actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let's assume that you guys have done your sleep. We'll put it in the morning. That should make it a little bit easier as far as turnaround here. So I'll go ahead and apply a long rest, everybody. You guys have had your very luxurious rest. Make sure everybody marks inspiration for themselves. And we will assume it is morning here as you guys are sitting, eating some breakfast, and looking around. But no, you don't notice anybody who looks to be of any kind of significance.
I suppose we should find some new people, but I do not think there are any here that have come in for the night.
Well, I'm thankful you're ready to go back with us, because we met this shifty little fella who was casting all these spells, and my magic don't really work like that. We got separated, so... Well, of course, and then Harmony.
It is too bad about Harmony. I will be ready for any magically inclined foes that we face.
Yeah, I mean, this little gnome bugger, he's very magically inclined. He popped into sight and shot a lightning bolt at me and Grask, so...
He sounds like a very dangerous individual.
Yeah, and then there was the, demon as well.
Yeah.
Right.
He had a big sort of sigil on the ground, some big runic symbol that apparently the demon or devil was in before he told it to do something. So, I don't know. Maybe there's a way for us to break his hold on the devil, but...
Either way, we ate his deer meat. It was good.
Yeah, not magical though. Sort of weird. Kept it under lock and key. It's just some deer meat. But maybe, hey, can we get more deer meat here? Maybe we can make a deal with it.
I went and go out to that cabin. There was plenty of giant deer around there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I guess we could go hunting on our own, too,
Just a thought. I mean, we could just kill the little bastard for what he did to us too. But
Well, this was something I was thinking that kind of goes along with that anyways. If we're going to go deeper, then that means necessarily that when we retreat, we won't be able to run all the way back to the top every single time. So odds are we'll have to find places down there that we can rest and catch our breath. So maybe having meat and a way to cook will be handy.
yeah, I mean, we do have that little shortcut now that Penn found.
Well, that is true, yeah.
It might be good just to have some supplies just in case.
I definitely do not wish to be caught down there without any food or water if we have to be there for longer than a day.
Yeah.
But, well, perhaps we go and look around the town and see if anyone might be available for hire. Sebastian, where are your compatriots?
You notice Sebastian is actually sitting up at the counter, seemingly once again speaking with Ambrosia, and Much like in the past, you notice Ambrosi has this sort of bored, exhausted look to him, and it seems as though Sebastian's doing all of the talking with Ambrosi doing just like an occasional nod or a very brief statement.
Sebastian, do you have compatriots, comrades?
You see he turns kind of in his chair and looks towards you. Ah, it's very good to see that you are back. Compatriots, here is Red Tower. I don't think anyone will be here at the moment, but well, you never know. There's different people who do come and go as time happens, but I do not think any of them would be here right now. They probably are more close to the main city. Here, some rumors that there is some tournament or something that is coming together. I suspect there's people I know who are, let's say, skilled at the arms, probably there right now.
Tournament? What? A fighting tournament, perhaps? Or a chess tournament? What kind?
It's, for what they say, is going to be a 3-tier tournament. Has horse, bow, arms, man-at-arms. Is supposed to be occurring in the next couple of weeks or so. So people arrive early, you know how it goes. All the excitement, people want to come arrive, see the things being built, learn who's going to be fighting at the tournament, do some research on them, determine who's good, you know, these kinds of things.
I see. But it will be a few days, a week or so before this really gets going, it sounds like.
Yes, I believe weeks. The rumor is true. The nobles who decide these things are not exactly on the clock.
All right. Thank you, Sebastian. Renan will turn back to the table and say, I suppose maybe we just try and carry on as we are until we come across someone that looks like they might last for more than 2 minutes down there.
This time, find someone strong.
All right. We will do that.
Elliot subtly flexes his arm, trying to catch a Grask eye.
Grask, you sound very good today. I just wanted to comment. I think something new in your morning routine.
The deer.
They are very good, good food.
And the tea.
Adam, if possible, Hugo would like to talk to Ambrosi and see if he has any sort of spell scrolls for sale.
Sure, yeah, you make your way up to the counter here. You notice Ambrosi has now gotten a break here from Sebastian as you guys scaled him over to your area. And it looks like he's just taking care of some odds and end type of work. As you ask this question, Hugo, you see he looks up towards you. Spell scrolls. I may have something, probably only something that was left behind. I suppose it's something very specific that you're looking for?
No, not in general. I've just come upon a little bit of coin, and I've got this book here, and if I got something that I could put in there, maybe I can use it.
Let me go check and see what I have. No promises. It's not exactly a hot commodity around here.
Yeah, understandable. Whatever you've got, I just want to see if you have any of that.
All right, why don't you head back to your table? I'll take a look and I'll let you know.
Very well. Thank you very much, Ambrosi.
All right, so as Ambrosi seems to be looking at his supplies here, is there anything else anybody on the team would like to do? Okay, fair enough. So yeah, it's probably about 10 minutes or so that goes by, Hugo, before you notice Ambrosi kind of just motions with his fingers for you to approach.
All right, I do.
I've only got 2 that I was able to find here, tucked away. Let's see. Were you looking for the wizard kind of stuff, or like the healing stuff?
Yeah, more of the wizardy stuff for me, I think.
Oh, only got 1 then. Let's see. You see he looks down and kind of squints his eyes. When I bought this, the guy told me, he said color spray.
Interesting. Well, sounds like you don't have much use for it. How much are you trying to sell it for?
Well, it's true, I don't have much use for it, but it is a magical scroll, so you see it's quite potent. I probably could sell it to you for 75 gold pieces.
Anyway, you could do 50.
Go ahead and give me a blind check as you ask this question of him. $50. You notice he kind of grabs at his chin and shakes his head left and right. No, afraid not. I think someone will buy it for 75 before too long, especially if that rumors of a tournament is true. Some of the folks will probably pass by through here.
All right, you drive a hard bargain, Ambrosi. I'll do the 75. It's gonna leave me poor as a pauper, but for you, I guess it's all good to be fair.
And while this happens, Renan, who was kind of eavesdropping a little bit, comes up and says, Ambrosi, what was that other scroll that you said you had found?
You see he turns and looks towards you, blinks his eyes a little bit. Let's see. This one says Cure Wounds.
Ah, I see. All right, fair enough. Thank you.
All right, and I assume then he collects this money from you, Hugo?
Yep, I hand over the 75 gold.
Okay, excellent. So with this scroll in hand, is there anything else you guys would like to do here in the Cage Tavern and Inn before making your way outside and searching around for anybody else that might be of value?
Hugo, do you need time to scribe that into your book?
Yeah, but I figure I'll just do that some other time. It's nothing. It's not. I don't really feel like I need the color spray, whatever it really is, right away. So no need to wait on me. I'll just do it when I find a spare moment. I need to buy the paper and stuff like that for it.
Ah, yes. Paper, a wizard's best friend.
That's right. I'm learning that. I never knew that they spent so much on this damn stuff.
All right, safe to say, group, then you're going to make your way out of the Cage Tavern and Inn?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, as you guys gather your belongings here and make your way for the exit, passing through the door, you notice immediately that outside it is quite miserable today. It is fairly cold, and there is a thick, moving, rolling fog that is actually very low to the ground that seems to be covering this area. It's not very pleasant. It's kind of that wet, sticky fog, and in addition to that, there is a light drizzle that's occurring at this time as well. As you guys first step out and just kind of do a quick scan around, seeing what you can see here out in this area, you notice through this fog some various shapes. It's a little bit concerning as you do, because you can't make out exactly who's who. You assume citizens, that sort of thing here and there, but hard to say exactly until one of these shapes really catches your eye. As you look through this shape, you can see what looks to be skin very tightly wrapped around a skeletal head, pushing, dragging along with something long and like a chain behind it. You can hear the rattle as it gets closer. Each of you kind of glances really quick at one another, like what in the world could this be, when the shape finally gets close enough to you and you realize this was simply some kind of trick of the mist, and instead standing before you is a woman. And Libby, if you would like to describe what your character looks like.
She is a fairly tall human. Just about early middle age, and red hair, brown eyes, light skin, obviously, and she's wearing chainmail armor and carrying a huge glaive. And she's unsmiling.
She's wearing armor, so Renan will see that and think, and he'll hold up a hand and say, hello, sorry, this mist, it plays tricks. You look like a fairly confident individual.
I'm sorry, do I know you?
No, but it's a small town. I imagine that you have just gotten here, otherwise I think we would recognize you from seeing you around.
Well, I see you have superior powers of divination here, so yeah, I've just arrived and I am looking for the Scarlet Citadel. Could you point me in that direction?
You're gonna go by yourself, eh? Risky business.
Oh, is that so?
Yep. Yeah, it's pretty risky.
And what does your little
We
friend
have already
here
lost
recommend?
2 of our companions in there. It's very dangerous.
Ah. Sorry for your loss. That'll happen.
Well, she didn't, like, die, but something in the, Scarlet Citadel was just, a bit outside of our realm of understanding. There was this crazy lightning, and, well, she won't be able to join us, which, I mean, kind of precludes you coming. I mean, why are you seeking the Citadel? Are you looking for money?
I've heard there's some dark forces down there that need me to take care of them.
So no money, yeah?
Well, I mean, sometimes you come across things that help you survive, but obviously the most important thing would be, have you guys seen any undead down there, or any other sort of aberrations?
Demons, undead, you devils, maybe, but I don't know. I couldn't tell the difference. But yeah, lots of things like that.
Yep.
Just what I've been looking for.
There was also harpies. There was these weird owl bear things. That was crazy. You remember, Grask? That one almost ate you.
It did not.
I remember that differently.
It almost ate Hugo.
The living shadows, those were kind of fun.
I take it you guys aren't going to be heading back down?
No, we're
following you?
We're on our way now. I mean, we kind of needed an extra set of hands because we got a problem with the... Oh, I forgot. There was also this ooze thing. Yeah, that was another creature that we ran into. So yeah, we've kind of made the old bingo card filled up there of crazy, weird enemies. But, you know, we need somebody who's, what'd you say, Grask? Strong?
Yes.
Are you strong? I'm sorry. Did you say your name already?
My name is Serena Dongard. And how about you guys?
Elliot Bootrickle.
I am Renan.
Ben Dane Talutus, you can call me Ben.
My name's Hugo.
Grask. You notice the door now opens behind you, and you see Sebastian here finishing off a drink as he shoves it, like holding the door open back on the table. You guys did not even say that you were leaving. Are you already heading? Ooh, who is this? Hello, my lady. Sebastian. It's nice to make your acquaintance.
This guy's with you?
Is that a problem?
Just checking.
Yeah, he's been helping.
Not in any kind of romantic way, if that's what you're getting at.
But it's not for lack of trying, no?
He loves his
Well-
drink, but Sebastian is reliable, unfortunately.
Well, it sounds like you guys seem to have a lot of experience down there, so yeah, it'd be great to learn the quickest ways in and out.
Well, there's one tip I could give you. It would be do not charge ahead in front of your companions, especially if you are not strong, as well as the armor, that kind of thing. Don't get out in front as a team, because then you will get cut off and, well, cut apart sometimes. So be very careful.
Yeah, what
You can't-
what do you do exactly? You just swing that glaive of yours, huh?
Yeah, it does some damage.
All right. You like looks her up and down, trying to tell what her deal is.
Give me a deal check. No, I would say with the armor and the weapon, yeah, you get the impression of probably a capable combatant, but hard to say until you see him in action.
Well, speaking of which, Pin, you think you remember how to get back to that trap door?
Yes, I remembered and marked the trail back, so we should be okay.
All right. Well, Serena, you're welcome to join us. We have a party rule of splitting anything we find. As long as you can get along with that, then I'm sure we'll be all right.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, this way.
Let's get on the road.
Yeah, just be careful out there. It's dangerous.
Sounds like your party needs to take that advice yourself.
We're the ones that lived.
Congratulations.
We're the strong ones.
Do you forget that you got kidnapped like the first time we went down there?
And lived.
Yeah, 'cause we saved you.
Technically, Omni lived as well.
Yeah, the only person that's really died down there is Corin, right? And the undead pit portal thing.
Yeah,
Yes.
let's not dwell on such things. On we go.
Feel free to give me your whole backstories on the way there.
Yeah, that began a long time ago in a village far, far away. Just kidding, let's go.
Yeah, you as well. I'd like to hear what's going on. You looked like a monster for a second there in the mist, but
Didn't think I was that difficult on the eyes, but thanks for that. I unfortunately was conscripted into the Ghost Knight Army at a young age, and I've been fighting to get rid of the ghouls and vampires that plague this land ever since. How many times have you guys been down in this place?
Fair amount, but we haven't gotten very far.
Is a high or low number better here?
Oh, one thing you should know. There is a wizard named Ushrox. If we happen to run into him, we have some sort of deal with him. We're not interfering in his business, and he's not interfering with us.
Is he evil?
What happened to that? What happened to the ogre guy?
TBD on no evil thing. I think Scar's still alive. Man, he's gonna be upset about Harmony.
Yeah, but we might not have to deal with them because we're going in the hatch, right? And then we're going to go up towards the that little bastard.
Yeah, I guess we probably should speak about how we want to deal with that. I mean, he can go invisible. Hey, Renaud, you got anything for that? If somebody's invisible, you got anything? Maybe we bring some dirt with us or mud. So we can stick some mud on him so we can see him. Does that work?
I don't have anything specific for invisibility, but your suggestion is not probably out of the realm. There are...
I was thinking we could throw like caltrops on the floor. That way we wouldn't be able to scamper away.
Or at least we would be able to see where he scampers to.
He might not even be invisible. When I did a spell where I think all he had to do was hear me, he didn't hear me. So either he moved out of the way, which is very possible, or he's actually like teleporting or something when he disappears.
Well, I don't know about that because he ran into me and then he did that whole thing where he played with my mind and then he ran past me and turned invisible on the spot. So I think it's just invisibility. But to be able to do it on and off like that, I mean, either he's using up a lot of magic or he's got some kind of item or something that's helping him out.
If it is invisibility and it is magic, I could perhaps stop him, although my ability to do that is limited. I might be able to restrain him again if he is not going very far. If he teleports out of the area, then I can't do much. But if he's
Or
go on, Hugo.
if there's a way for us to obscure the area, put us all on equal footing, that might be useful as well. Because if we can't see him, we might as well make it so he can't see us.
I don't know about making it so he can't see us, but I do have about 1,000 barbarians in this sack here. You know, if he really is invisible, maybe I just spill him all over the floor and we could hear him if he steps or trips or falls, or at least slow his speed maybe, and get him in your range of that attack.
Maybe see the Baron's move so we know which direction he's in.
Should we maybe go back and grab a few more bags? I mean, 1,000's a lot, though.
I think that would be enough to keep us, at least to deal with this one.
And, I also have a set of manacles, so if we choose to capture rather than kill, we could perhaps lock his hands up, bring him out, ask him questions.
Most mages are dangerous, even if you cover or bind their hands. There are some things that they can still do with just speaking. So it will have to be. We'll have to be very cautious if we try to capture him.
I have some ball bearings as well.
All right. So, we go down the hatch, try to sneak up to the room, and maybe spill some ball bearings, but we don't even know if he'll still be in that same area. And he may also be pissed off because we stole his meat.
I think there's only one way to find out.
Well,
I'm a,
what's plan B, though? I mean, if the ball bearings don't work, what do we do? Retreat?
should we
I also
explore
have a
more of the floor?
spell that might work. I can cause some things, depending on. It's not 100% effective, but I can coat people in light. That might work too. Maybe kind of like a fairy fire on them. You know what I'm saying?
Ah,
Yeah.
yes, that does deal with things that you cannot see, I believe.
Why don't we try that as plan A? Plan B being ball bearings, and plan C being what?
Or I can sneak up behind him and slit his throat nice and clean, like.
It's a bit extreme, but I mean, he would do the same to us, so I'm not going to say anything about it.
No, that's a good plan.
He deserves it for what he did to Harmony. All right. Well, does it sound good for us to go in with the idea of using Pin's fire, fairy fire, whatever you called it? I think that's a good plan. Then maybe Hugo and I sneak in behind, spill some ball bearings, maybe make it hard for them to walk. But that may make it dangerous for us to walk as well.
Well, as of it's a new ability, I can make myself invisible. So what I was thinking is once we get to like we're about to go into that room, I turn invisible, go in, set up a shot from his back, and then when you guys come in, you know, and so he's focusing on you, I shoot him in the back. Or stab him, one or the other.
Yeah, that could work. But the issue was he just went invisible. He'd attack and go invisible the first chance he got. So I think our best chance to take him down would be to just, I guess, all-out attack before he has a chance would work. But
Yeah,
if it doesn't, we're left wide open.
I might have a way to make him bleed from his mouth like I am.
Hugo,
Yeah, it was. I think this is a good plan.
the new one. Make sure they have torches and cotton for their ears.
Oh, I don't even do the cotton thing anymore, Brass. But yeah, there might be a harpy up ahead. New one.
Okay, thanks for the heads up.
All right, guys, so I imagine you've been marching this entire time you're discussing this, and based on your plan to head to the hatch, you'd be taking a bit of a more of a roundabout way, so not heading to the ruins, of course. You'd be sort of circling around and climbing. Again, not rough climbing, it's just elevation and the dirt and the land here. But after spending an additional maybe 25 minutes or so, rather than the normal way you take, you do find yourself getting to this area where there is the hatch. It takes probably another 5 minutes or so, Pen, before you're able to locate it once again. You will notice that the little stick thing that you set here to identify it is still here, though you can tell there obviously has been some movement in this area since the last time you were here.
All right, so the thing is, they blocked it on the other side, so maybe we could try and maybe somebody said they could turn into an ooze, right? We just need to make a crack in it so you can get through it.
And open it up from the other side. I guess that could work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just looking to see if I got anything that might. Yes, that is probably as good a option as any that I have.
We don't know if the potion is temporary.
Most are, in general terms, although I suppose there are some that are permanent. And to that point, I think, didn't I identify it? Would that tell me how long that potion lasts?
I don't know. What do you remember?
I don't know. It was several sessions ago. Maybe I didn't identify it. I'm trying to remember what I have.
Maybe we could pry it open then. Let's get the crowbars out and see if we can't open it up that way first then. Before we go to that extreme.
You know, I'm quite small too, so as long as we can get it open to my size, I can slide in and see if I can just unbar it or unlock it, and then just push it open for everybody.
Let's see how easy it is to open, and
We
perhaps
can always do
Elliot.
that teleporty thing too, if we can, just so we can see through it. I can do that too. Yeah.
I don't know, drinking the ooze potion does sound cool though.
Yeah, actually, honestly, I just wanted to see what it did.
Yeah. I want to see what it does as well. So, if it's not easy, let's just do it. Somebody drink it.
Okay.
Is there a crack large enough for to squeeze through?
So I imagine you guys are all standing out on the surface. There's trees a little distance away from this hatch. There's some sparse grass, that sort of thing. You're looking down at this hatch cover, and you can see that there is a handle here. Nobody's tried to open it yet. You don't see any cracks large enough to see on the other side. It looks pretty well sealed up as far from that perspective.
Handle as in a thing you grab with your hand and open it with.
Correct.
All right, let's.
Well, I'm stumped.
Maybe we try the handle again. Maybe it's come off. You know how things always reset in there, right?
Yeah, Serena's gonna grab it because she's never tried it before, or seen it before, so she's gonna start tugging on it.
You grab the handle, and it lifts up with ease.
Whoa! She almost falls over because the way you guys were talking, she thought I was gonna be locked.
Just like the rest of the gang leaning together. Oh, she's good.
Wow, that was incredible. How did you do that?
There you go, guys. I was really looking forward to seeing one of you turn to ooze, though. Do you want to drink it anyway?
That will probably still happen later.
Elliot wants to.
So peering down the hatch, you guys notice there are some rungs dug in the side of the wall here that would make it easy to sort of get over, climb down. You also can see that there is a handle on the underside of this hatch, which, Penn, you assume this is where something was lodged in between to block exit from this the last time. And as you sort of scan down there, you do see that there's like 3 or 4 chunks of wood. You would think of these probably not the size of 2x4s, but obviously much rougher. They don't look like they're well maintained or anything like that, but they're sort of leaning up at odd angles at the bottom of the hatch.
Hey everybody, before we go in, I've been thinking about it. You know, last time we got a little separated, and I get it, things were a little crazy, right? Armony and I were in that room on opposite sides of the lightning. Grask and Hugo, you ran around the side pin, you distracted the demon. I got this horn here, and I figure we can use it as our call that we'll know as our regroup and retreat horn. So if we get too separated, or anybody feels that we're too separated, just let me know and I can blow this horn and we can regroup and retreat if we need to.
All right.
What do you think?
Blow it right now so we can hear it.
Well, no, man. We got the door open and we're trying to sneak up on this dude. If I just blew it right now, it would literally blow our cover. You don't know what a horn sounds like?
Well, it could be someone else's horn.
Okay, well, I'll do one long, one short, and you'll know it's me.
I think we will know if Elliot starts blowing his horn.
Sounds airtight.
Maybe like a Farajaka.
There's a lot of euphemisms going on right now that I'm not quite comfortable with.
I'm
Or
just
just-
saying, he found the horn in there. So people are using horns in the Scarlet Citadel.
Yeah, and I understand, but we gotta find a way for us to be able to get back together and retrieve. I mean, we all thought Penn was probably dead.
Yeah,
was
once
a-
I had teleported past that thing, I was kind of trapped. So I was thinking that, I could it was just one little guy, but it turned out to be a demon thing. So I freaked out and ran.
No, it's understandable. I just want to make sure that like previously mentioned. I mean, we're going down here now, finally, with everybody in attendance.
I'll make sure it doesn't happen again for me anyway.
Well, I want to make sure we all get out too. So if you hear the long and the short horn, we're going to dip.
Got it. Long and short, understood. Grask, go down there.
I thought Ben goes first.
Pen,
He's
go
quiet.
down there. That's what
Sure,
I
I'll go down there. I'll sneak down there. I'll try and go down really quiet like.
All right, so I'm going to assume you all climb down the rungs and get down into the hatch area, and then Pen, from there, you're moving forth and trying to circle down quietly. Is that right?
Well, I was going to go down the stairs and make sure there was nothing waiting for us at the bottom.
So you can actually see the bottom from the top, and as you're looking down, you see nothing there other than the spiral staircase leading further down.
All right, well, let's go down. Hey, some of the steps are on the staircase are tricky. So make sure everybody's extra careful.
How are they tricky?
I collapsed, I guess, on my foot and caught me when I was on my way up here last time.
Wow.
I can tell how much Livy is enjoying calling us all idiots in her new character. But Renaud will kind of nod and say, we'll watch out for them.
All right, as you guys make your way to the bottom there, and then Pen, you start to move forward. I'm going to move you guys to a different map. So at the moment, I have everybody on the same square. If you start moving on this spiral staircase, you start making your way down. The spiral staircase is kind of long, just as a reminder. Once you basically get to near the bottom, that's when you're actually on map. So, Pen, I would say if you start circling down, you realize you're going to move probably a good 40 feet, maybe 50 feet, something like that, before you then will find the final loop that leads back down to the ground level.
All right, I'll stop just before you can just take a quick peek out into the room.
All right, so go ahead and give me a blind check as you're attempting to move very quietly here. All right, and then feel free to move where you would like.
I can't move. I think I'm stuck.
All right, let me find you, and I'll just pull you to one over. All right, so you've gone down. Everybody else is up a bit more. So as you step to here and get visibility on the space below,
Just like peeking around the corner barely.
sure, and as you peek around just barely, you notice a figure here that has sort of greenish mottled skin. You get a glance at him. You notice he's actually looking to the west, and as you glance and just peek, you see his eyes start to turn, so you back away before he is looking in your direction.
So, guys, there's somebody down there. He's green and got really whispering and got like big fangs and stuff. How do you want to play it?
Well, none of us can really see in the dark. So,
Who needs to see in the dark?
everybody but you. I'm pretty sure. Renaud? I don't know.
I
What
can
about-
see.
I
about
can
you,
I can
Serena?
touch 2 people and give them night
good.
vision.
I'm blind.
All right, so I will touch Grasp and Elliot and give them both 200 feet of night vision for an hour.
And also, if I can't see right now, Adam, wherever, if I'm on the map, I wasn't sure if we were actually like loaded in there.
You are, yes.
All right. Well, Renaud's got no vision right now.
I think I still have the torch effect on me. That's probably by accident, but you should be able to see.
Yeah, he's a half elf, so he does have
I
dark
just
vision.
wonder if I should do the. I want to use this
There.
invisibility and kill somebody. What do you
Bro.
think? Can I do that now, or should I save it for the little dwarfy guy,
Problem is, we
the only
don't
guy?
know if this guy is enemy of us. I mean, he certainly probably is, knowing this place. But
Is there anything in here that hasn't been an enemy?
well, Ushlux, he turned out not to be one.
Hey, Grass, didn't I give you night vision? And Elliot?
I'm having some technical problems where I'm trying to unlight a torch.
Okay.
So if I remember correctly, didn't I give you guys a macro for turn the light off? Let me double check.
Yep.
That's what
As
I
a
did. I hit it
extinguished-
twice, and it said I equipped a torch twice.
All right, I'll do a double check as you guys continue on.
Hey, don't cast any lights. I'll see us. So.
Yeah.
I wasn't actually casting light. I was just trying to turn it on because you gave me dark vision so I could actually see. But right now, all I see is just me and you, and then a bunch of darkness.
Yeah, how do you want us to... We can't actually give ourselves that dark vision, Adam.
Yep, I've already granted it to you. So keep in mind, you guys are in a very narrow area. So at the moment, with the dark vision turned on that Penn just granted you, you should be able to see just a tiny bit.
Okay, and I do not have a torch on. That's not my intent to be holding a torch.
You do
Yeah,
not
me
have
either.
a torch on. I just adjusted that. I'll double check for Elliot as well.
Second one out. Okay.
How did you extinguish that?
There's an extinguish option in the macros.
Yeah, I have something that says light, extinguish light.
Oh, I was
So-
just hitting torch again.
So guys, should I attack the guy, or is somebody gonna talk to him?
I want to see what you can do.
I think attacking him is probably fine. I'll wait in the back here, and then once fighting start, I guess I'll run down with the light spell. But I don't want to blow up your spot.
All right, I'll get my heavy crossbow out and get ready for it, and then sneak around the corner again. Do I need to do another blind check?
You do, yes, as you make your way back down once again.
I'm gonna sneak behind him, but give him, a good distance. But my token is stuck at him.
What's a good distance?
Depending on like the parameters of this like little spiral staircase, I can't see around the corner, but I would say no more than 5 or 10 feet.
Okay, so if you give him 10 feet, I'll have to keep you where you are at the moment. So again, this is a spiral staircase. It's not, the verticality of it is not fully represented on the map, but where Penn is right now, he's actually at the ground. You guys are about 40, 45 feet above where Penn is. So you can say you want to get within 10 feet as you start walking down the steps and making that spiral staircase, but for the map, I'll have to keep you where you're at.
Yeah, that's fair. I just want to put out that I will be doing it as quietly as I can also.
Okay, sure. Go ahead and give me a blind check as well as you start making your way down the steps and try to get within 10 feet of Penn.
Don't forget, I am lucky.
Okay, so as you're making your way down and both of you are coming down, Penn, you're coming out a little bit in front. Elliot, as you're making your way, you notice these places on the ground that Penn was referring to where there's some sort of like broken rock. There's holes in the floor. It seems as though he has carefully traversed this. As you're trying to make sure you don't get too close to him, get too far away, one of these steps that you step on does actually sort of crack a bit underneath your feet, and you can hear the sounds of rubble falling down. Penn, just as you turn this corner, you notice the shape turns and looks to the sounds of the echo and spots you. And that is where we're going to start this initiative.
How is that? How did that work? Why is my one plus? Oh, because
So that macro is rolling both of your checks, one with
Yeah,
advantage, one without.
okay.
Okay, so as you guys are making your way down the stairs, you hear the sounds of this crackling as the rock sort of breaks free. Grass, from further up the spiral staircase, you hear this sound as well, sort of echoing, and you are the quickest to react. What would you like to do?
Okay, I would like to traverse down the staircase. It's a spiral staircase, so it's probably a nightmare to actually move my token. How far can I get? Do you want to move me?
Yes. So let's see. You're wanting to move down basically as far as you can?
Yep, got 40 feet.
Okay, so if you come down 40 feet, that is going to put you the space just behind Penn. All right, so let me unlock the tokens here. All right, so you come down the 40 feet. That would be your full movement and find yourself there.
And the creatures do look like they've spotted us, right?
From where you're standing, you don't see any creatures.
Have they made a noise, or am I just metagaming because I'm first in initiative?
You heard the sound of rocks moving down the spiral staircase.
I told them there was a guy down here.
Yep, that has
Remember, I
occurred
told
as well.
them everybody that there was a creature here with big tusks.
Okay, I will. Can I see the creature here?
You cannot.
All right, I will. Can you dodge silently? Is dodge silent?
I mean, basically, but you didn't try to be quiet as you made your way down the stairs. So you're presuming somebody who's likely has heard you coming down the stairs.
Okay, I'm gonna dodge and end my turn here, but I'll say to Penn,
What's going on?
Well, the guy can see us now. He's looking right at us.
Okay, not top of the round, but next to act is Renaud.
Okay. I'm gonna move 30 feet.
Okay, so
My
you would
full
find
movement.
yourself, you'd be able to see basically the edge of Grask as he's further down the spiral staircase.
Right. I can see him. I can see Penn. Is Elliot in view, or is Elliot past?
Elliot would be very close to you. You actually cannot see Penn right now, but you can see Grask.
I'm gonna cast Bless on. I'm sorry. Did you say Elliot was visible?
You can see Elliot, you cannot see Penn.
I'm gonna cast Bless on myself, Grask, and Elliot.
Okay, the three of you can add the bless icon and update that on your sheet. So as you cast this spell, and obviously go ahead and post that in chat, pretty sure that has verbal components. Your words obviously echo throughout this area, making quite a bit of noise. Anything else on your turn or not? And remind me, is this a spell slot or is this a once a day?
This is a Fey touched once a day spell. I don't think I have a macro built in, but I am ticking it off. I will do that. I will also cast Shillelagh on my quarterstaff, and that will be his turn.
Okay, we move to the next one then. If you'll end your turn, we'll move to Penn.
All right. So I should get advantage since he hasn't taken a turn yet in combat.
Correct.
As a bonus action, I'm going to hex him. And I'm going to hex any kind of, I guess, wisdom.
All
He
right.
tries
Cool.
to, like, see things or...
Sure, yeah. Go ahead and burn your hex slot as you cast the hex upon him.
That was a once-a-day ability there. And then I am going to shoot him with my heavy crossbow. I should have advantage and sneak attack and hex.
Yes. With advantage, unfortunately, your bolt does not connect, striking the back wall.
Man, that would have been awesome. um, can I move behind Grask? Can I get around him?
You can, but it's very tight, so you're kind of like falling on top of one another. If you push past Grask and try to go further up, you're going to end up in a space with Elliot. Then behind him is Renard. Then behind him is some of your other companions. So you're likely to end up prone unless you're wanting to. Actually, no, I think you used your bonus action, so I don't think you'll be able to get to the top.
I know. So I couldn't just move here where I am right now.
So it's hard to represent this on the map, but think of it as you guys, all 6, are coming down single file down this circular staircase. So as you're trying to push back up, and again, quickly, you're going to run the risk once again of stepping into those cracks and so forth. All right, so you step out into the room. Can you explain what you're doing, Penn?
I'm just trying to see it, make sure my movement is. So I was here, right? So then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So I'm moving to there. And that's the end of my turn.
All right, go ahead and end your turn, and we will move to Elliot.
All right. Did I like trip and fall, or did I just kick some rubble?
You just kicked some rubble as you were trying to be quiet.
Okay. As I can see, everybody just started advancing quickly. I am going to try to do the same. I think my token's stuck, but can I move to the spot in front of Grask?
Just as a quick reminder, if you're doing any measurements, make sure to set that to visible only to you and I, just so nobody else knows what you're seeing. Say that one more time, Elliot.
How do they do that? Sorry, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, no problem. On the left-hand side, if you notice where there is the kind of thing that looks like a comb, that's your measuring option. The bottom one will say hide from others. If you turn that on, then when you measure, you'll notice a little eye slash through it. It means only you and I see it, Ben.
All right, cool, thanks.
Sure thing. All right, I'm sorry. Repeat your question one more time, Elliot.
I can't move my token. It's like stuck in this little staircase here, but
And aren't you like really small, so you can just like move through people's spaces without a problem anyway?
yeah, I shouldn't have a problem moving around the corner of the staircase because of my very
So is your
petite
goal
figure.
to try to get past Grask? Is that fair? Is what you're doing?
Yeah, to the square in front of him. I don't know if that will give me the ability to see. Okay, perfect.
So that's 20 feet of movement as you scamper down in your small form to get to there.
Okay, and then the rest of the movement from here is regular?
Yes.
5 per hex? Okay, cool. So 20, 25, 30. Let's see. I gotta check what I have equipped. Adventure and shield and open hand. All right. So that's what I'll have. So I'll use my interact with object to draw my scimitar.
Okay.
And I am going to cast a spell as a bonus action. I'm going to send it just to you, Adam, for now.
Okay, got it.
And I'll kind of, the scimitar will get drawn across the front of my forearm, and like the blood just kind of drips off the blade at a weird, slow pace, and Elliot just kind of stares at the other two, and he'll take the dodge action for now.
Okay, so as you utter the verbal components of this spell, the sound obviously echoes throughout this area. You notice to your south that this green mottled skin creature raises his head and does a sort of loud, strange, sort of churling whistle sound. Okay, that'll be 30 for Sebastian to get there, and then he will stop dashing to there. All right, at the end of his turn, but before Serena's turn, some stuff happening off turn. I'll just let you guys know. Obviously, you don't see necessarily anything happening, but yeah. So Serena, You're further up the staircase at this point. You can see that there is, in front of you here, Renaud, a little bit of a distance. What would you like to do?
She'd like to move down the stairs.
All right, so tracking this out carefully, see. It's going to take you 20. Basically, it's going to take you. Is your movement 30 feet?
Yes.
Okay, so spending 30 feet of movement, pushing past Renaud, you'll get yourself just behind Grask.
Oh. Okay.
So essentially, you got spiral staircase going up the way you just came, or further down. You can't see much of anything at this point.
Would you say that, like, if you're doing a spell and somebody is within range, but it's through walls, is that fine?
Depends on the spell. If you're talking about a spell to affect someone, generally you have to have line of sight to them or something. Like if you're shooting a ray, obviously it can't shoot through walls. It would really depend on the spell. If you want to post it, I can give you some more info.
Well, it's Bless, and Bless doesn't seem to say that I need to see them. It just says that they need to be in range.
I'm pretty sure Bless does say you have to see him, no?
Oh, thanks, Renard.
3 creatures of your choice within range.
Okay, doesn't say. So based on where you're at right now, I would say sure. So your spell, like you're conjuring this, you're being loud enough, maybe they hear your words and that's enough to bless them. They would have to be within 30 feet of you, though. I would say not going through walls, so basically go down the staircase, and then if it's within 30 feet, you got them.
Oh. I just thought I needed to include their names in my prayers.
If you knew where they were, that's probably enough, but because you have no idea where they are, it's a little bit more challenging.
Okay, let's a try. I can't even, yeah. Well, I'm going to dash then.
All right, so
So
you
I'd like
dash,
to-
trying to make your way further down the stairs. So now you're behind grass, so 10, 15 feet will get you here.
There we go. All right. Not looking to use any bonus actions, so that'll do it for me.
Okay, we move to this guy's turn. You hear him make a couple of more whistles before he starts to move. Okay, Hugo's turn. You're currently coming down the stairs. Now in front of you is Renaud, which you maybe can see sort of at the edge of your vision.
Yeah, I can't see anything, I think, because I extinguished my light. So first thing I'll do, I guess, is cast a light spell on my shield.
Okay, so that'll be your action. Go ahead and cast that. And did you have yourself targeted when you did that?
Maybe not. Let me do that again. Oh wait, sorry. I had the wrong clicker on Roll20. Sorry, let me do that again.
I was going to say, I can check to see if the sandbox crashed because I didn't see the light go on you.
Hey, can you mark that guy that ran around the corner that he's hexed?
I can, yes.
I don't want to mess up and attack somebody that's not, you know?
Sure, yeah, no problem.
All right, so hearing the commotion, Hugo will cast light as his action, and then I will go down the stairs.
Okay, so that was your action. Now you move 5, 10, 20, 25, 30, and that will get you essentially behind, 10 feet behind Grask.
Okay.
And you still can't really see anything. Again, up or down.
Yeah, that I guess that's going to be the end of his turn, though, just
All
to
right.
get down there.
So Hugo, just remember you're 10 feet behind Grask. All right, you guys notice this other creature also beginning to move.
Getting back up.
Okay, move to the top of the round. Grask.
Okay, I'd like to keep moving down. Am I?
Okay, so I think you're good there. I just wanted to make sure you could move at least one, but you should be good. So that's 5 feet you've spent so far.
10. I'll go here for another 10. So that's 20.
Where are they?
They went
Past barrels to the south.
yeah. To your left.
But they're calling for backup. I don't know if we should chase after them, Grass. Maybe we loop around and try to catch them that way.
I'll check then. That was a long 6 seconds.
And I'll dash for another 40.
Okay.
We can't see if you go too far.
Step back here,
They're this way. 2 of them.
and I'll end my turn.
Okay, Renaud, you're the only one up the stairs at this point, I believe.
Yeah, and I was just behind Grask, so whatever that terms of movement is, I'll go down the full thing. Thank you.
So you push past Hugo, or no, Hugo is behind you. So you spend 20 feet to get there.
Okay. Well, 5. Can I? Is it too much movement to go here?
You can't move through the wall, unfortunately.
Okay, that's fine.
You could just like step over Hugo. He ain't tall.
Yeah, but I got Elliot in the
Elliot,
way. Yeah.
I mean Elliot. Sorry.
I think that is. I'm gonna stay there and ready an Eldritch Blast for any bad guy monsters that are not our party that I see come into view.
Okay, sure. All right, so you pre-cast the spell in your hand, so we move to Pen's turn.
I can't see anybody. I'll just move to. And move to there, and that's the end of my turn.
All right, if you end your turn, go ahead and patch your turn to Elliot. Elliot, your turn.
Alrighty. Elliot is going to take his 25, 30 feet of movement here. Let's go ahead and dash. And I'll... Oh, sorry, I did that the wrong way. Dash. And I'll get to here. And I'm going to use my action surge.
Okay.
And then take my 2 attacks with my scimitar. So the first one...
First one will connect.
And then that will have the spell on it. So I don't know if anybody can see it. No one can see it. So they don't really see what it looks like. But essentially, his sword glows like this dark red, and it makes contact with the weird green-skinned guy. I think that's a Constitution saving throw from him.
Oh, even on the first one? So if so, give me a spell effect roll.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's just on hit whenever it hits the target the first time. Ooh, let me inspiration that at him.
All right, feel free to reroll, burn your inspiration. Okay, yes, he will fail that saving throw. Let me just double check the effects of that real quick. Yeah, so he doesn't make the save until the start of his turn. So it deals the extra damage automatically, and then it says until the spell ends, target must make the con save at the start. So I'll take that when it's the start of his turn.
Gotcha. So it's a repeat save every round while the concentration lasts. Okay. Sorry, new spell.
Yep, no worries. So go ahead and post your damage, and then I'll apply the what you rolled extra previously.
Perfect. And level 5, I got an extra attack, so I'm gonna take it.
That will also hit, thanks to Bless. Okay, your blade slashes into him again as you corner caught him on 2 sides now. Okay, before Sebastian's turn, Elliot, you're going to notice a creature manifest next to you here. It is a horrific looking creature that is the size of perhaps a large dog. It seems to appear completely out of nowhere.
Good doggy.
As it does so, it leaps forward trying to bite you, and I will need a defense roll. The creature manages to snap its jaws upon you here, Elliot. You're going to suffer 8 points of piercing damage, and I will need a strength saving throw.
Ooh, Elliot's strong suit.
All right, you manage to maintain your footing as the creature snaps into you and tries to pull you to the ground. Okay, next
That
up,
dog.
next up is Sebastian's turn. He's going to make his way over. Sebastian also, this is a little bit hard to keep track of, but he doesn't have much of a light source either. So he is going to do the same, and he's going to pull out a torch. Okay, so his turn will end, and then before Serena's turn, Elliot, you're going to notice as another one of these creatures manifests on the other side of you.
Dogs.
As it does so, you see that it appears and it gives out this eerie howl that seems to echo in this entire area, and I will need everybody to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Don't forget the people that have bless, which is, yep, you all got them.
Okay, Hugo and Elliot, as you hear this sound, you are instilled with a terrible fear and find yourself frightened as we move to Serena's turn.
Adam, I'm curious about about the 2 on me.
The 2 is from a paladin aura that you have, which means you get a bonus to your saving throws, and anybody within a certain distance to you will as well.
Oh, that's cool. Okay. Okay. I can't see him any longer. Or actually, no. I'm gonna cast Bless on Pen and Sebastian and myself.
All right, you cast a spell, blessing your companions. Okay, this guy's turn. You notice he prepares here. It looks he's like tapping on the guy that is past him and seemingly getting ready to do something as we move to Hugo's turn.
Well, unfortunately, Frightened's really puts Hugo in a bind, so I think he's just going to cower in fear. You can't
So-
move down the stairs more, right?
I think it only affects you if you can see them. Let me double check really quick. I think Frighten says when the target of your fear is within line of sight.
Well, it has two separate things for it.
Let me just check the condition description real quick. Right, so you don't currently have the creature within your line of sight.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm happy to move forward.
So yeah, the way that actually that's interesting. The way that's worded, I would think it would apply to you, but I'm going to say in this situation, until you can see whatever's causing this fear, the second part won't affect you.
Okay, cool. So in that case, Hugo will hesitantly and cautiously continue down the stairs.
All right, so you continue moving down the stairs. So that will be 15, 20 will get you there.
Okay. And I guess I can't go through Renaud because that'll be too much from the difficult terrain.
He's not engaged at the moment, so you can move through him freely.
Okay. So in that case, I'll move my full 30 out to here.
Okay.
And I'll look around. They'll say, "What the hell was that? That howl sounded big."
I do not know.
And I guess since he's frightened, he will just hold an action to toll the dead, the first hostile creature he sees coming towards him.
Okay, fair enough. All right, this one you're going to notice in front of you, Elliot. He opens this door. He will move through the doorway. The guy that is just in front of you will now take his ready action to move. You can take an opportunity attack if you wish. It will be at disadvantage because you're frightened.
Yes, I will take it.
With Bless, you will manage to connect.
Perfect.
And throw me a spell effect roll as well. All right, so you notice that his wounds continue to fester. Throw me a d6. All right, you notice that as you're standing next to him, these wounds on his body seem to be healing themselves just naturally, but all of your damage is obviously having its effect. This one will step through the door, and then he is going to close the door behind him. From the other side of the door, you're going to hear something loud now, Elliot, as though perhaps a bar has been lowered across the door. Okay, now we move to Grask's turn.
Okay, I wasn't affected by fear, was I? I got a 16.
You were not.
Okay, and did I see where Elliot went? Which direction?
I would assume so. Yeah, he was to your east and went south.
I always have to check if it's real compass or not, or fake compass land.
No, we're in real compass land now.
Is it only the first floor that's fake compass land?
Basically, yeah. I haven't fully delved out like level 6 at this point, but for the most of them seem normal.
Level 6. Okay, I'm gonna move forward. Here's 10. This ground in front of me, it looks like there's some stuff there. Is that difficult terrain?
It is not. It looks like be some rubble, a broken down door, and so forth. There's a description that goes along with this, but you're too busy right now to pay much attention.
Hey, bud, you're late. You want to kill these doggies?
That's 10, that's 20. I can get to here with 35.
Okay.
And then I will attack. I'll rage too. I'm looking at my
Okay.
sheet. I'm remembering some of the stuff on here. And I will do the lightning rage, which actually means C, I think.
So I feel like we built this in for you, so you could push it and it would roll. Did we do that? There we go. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna double.
And this is going to be the one right in front of me. It's 10-foot range for this.
Okay, he will succeed on that, so he'll take half as much damage. So that'll be 1 point of lightning damage dealt to the creature.
And he didn't have 1 health?
No.
Okay, that's unfortunate. I'm going to Great Weapon Master recklessly attack this guy.
Okay, so you will attack at advantage, +2 for flank. Okay, so with advantage, that will connect. All right, your blade strikes into the creature, but you notice it's not as effective as you'd hope.
And another one.
This one will also connect.
Why does that say -1?
Because you got the Great Weapon Master, but then +4 from Bless. All right, once again, hack into the creature, wounding it as you notice some of this shadow stuff of its body seems to be trimmed away.
Okay, tell me that his health bar is glitched and he doesn't have 80%.
He is only somewhat hurt.
Oh boy. Okay, that's my turn.
Okay, we move to Renaud.
Moving. Go there. Okay, so that was 20. I don't see anything quite yet. Well, that's a bummer. I'm gonna dash. Okay, now I can actually see something. Don't think I got any good bonuses for the moment though, so we're gonna call it that for the. Oh, actually, let's see. Elliot's gotten a little bit of damage to him, but he still looks relatively okay. That's my turn.
All right, Pen's turn. If you're talking, we can't hear you, Pen.
Oh, sorry. That was 30. I can't see the yellow guy that I hex, so I will then do this guy with my clockwork thing here.
Okay, so you cast a spell firing through Renaud towards this creature.
Oh, does it look like I'd have to... would that be a problem?
It's not a problem. You can still do it. The creature's going to get cover. All right, you fire this shot off. It does indeed seem to connect with the creature.
So that's just the 6 piercing this round, and then 8 it's next round.
All right, you're going to notice, just like you spotted with your allies here, or haven't seen yet, but this creature is only somewhat affected by your strike.
Don't forget you're blessed, Ben.
It's all right. I hit him regularly.
Okay, anything else on your turn, Pat? Okay, we move to Elliot's turn.
All right. Elliot is going to say, Grask, they went through that door there and they locked it. We got to kill these dogs and get out of here. And he's going to wearily swing his blade down at the one in between him and Grask. As he brandishes his weapon back, though, you watch as it kind of inflares with like this greenish flame. He's going to do a green flame blade attack.
You swing out, but it miss.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty scared.
Okay, move to this creature's turn. It is going to turn. Oh, I thought I just heard someone trying to talk. It's going to turn towards Grass, knowing that he is now more easy to hit as he strikes out at Grass. Grass, defensive roll, please. Indeed, he is going to strike you, Grass, as he bites into you for 15 points of piercing damage, and we'll cut that down to 7 since you're raging, and then we'll need a strength saving throw.
Public, private.
You can make it publicly. All right, you manage to maintain on your feet here. You notice after the creature bites you, this stuff that's all around it, this sort of shadow stuff, fades away, and it vanishes from your sight. And you also notice that the slashing blade of Pen suddenly hits the ground and just sort of rattles there. All right, Sebastian will move forward as he's holding on to his torch here. Moving up and...
Whoops, I think I accidentally skipped it ahead.
Oh, that's okay. Oh, that's right. You still have access to Sebastian. I'll take care of that in a moment. No worries. All right, so he's going to move... Yeah, he can't actually get all the way there, so he'll get to there and then dodge. Okay, this one's turn. He is going to strike at you, Elliot. Defensive roll, please. This will... Nice. This will be a fumble, so go ahead and give me a melee fumble. All right, so he's biting, so no issues of dropping a weapon there. And much like the other one, you'll notice after he finishes this bite, the form sort of suffuses and he vanishes as we move to Serena's turn.
Where'd they go? Where's the enemy?
Through the door, and the dogs disappeared. Yep, locked and barred, though. We'll have to go around.
Okay. I'm gonna hold an action to attack any enemies, particularly if a dog appears.
All right, so you currently have your glaive in hand.
That's correct.
All right, so you have your glaive in hand, spinning around, looking for any signs of these enemies. Spell effect roll, Elliot. All right, yes, and you can't see this opponent, but your spell seems to still be running.
His homies are probably freaking out, like, dude, what is that?
All right, we move to Hugo's turn.
Okay. Hugo's still frightened, so he's just going to be cautiously moving. And he'll, like, whisper out, I don't see anybody.
They disappeared from sight. Be on your guard.
Okay, he's going to take the dodge action.
All right, you take the dodge action, Hugo.
And that's the end of his turn. There's no save at the end of my turn for the frightened or anything, right?
There is not.
Dang. All right.
Okay, we move to Grask's turn.
Okay, Grask is still enraged, so he's going to walk over to the door. What's the door look like on this side?
So let's see. This is a very strong looking door. It looks like it is in very good shape, and on a quick just sort of tap of it, there's not much give at all, giving you the impression that it is barred from the other side.
Is there enough room for me to fit a crowbar in?
No, there is not.
We go around.
Yep, that's what I said.
You can turn into the slime.
I think I moved one too many. There. I can dash, I guess. There's no honorable way for.
Wait, why are we going down these stairs?
I didn't see a way forward.
Or up them, if I'm not sure if they go up or down.
It's a big chamber, Grask. When they opened the door, it was quite massive. I think if we go down these stairs or up whatever the tricky staircase and make our way in that same direction, we should link up with it.
So just a quick FYI, those are stairs up that you're looking at the moment, Serena. It's like a 3-foot increase in height between where you're at now and the other side. Grask, if you were going to ask, is there any honorable way to maintain your rage? I would put this more like there's no mechanically legal way of doing it other than how it says in the books.
Oh, I've read of
You
people
could have
hitting
attacked the
themselves.
door.
Yeah, attacking objects or the door. You haven't heard about like carrying a bag of rats? Where
I
you just
certainly have, and that's why I carefully said mechanically legal, right? Because there's tricks people try to play, but yeah, generally they're not going to work. I think the cleverest one I've heard so far is someone puts a caltrop in their mouth and tries to bite it every now and again and wounds themselves for 1 point of damage. And no, that wouldn't work.
That's a clever one. That's better than just punching yourself in the leg. Okay, Grask, it's been more than 6 seconds, so he's gonna say,
It didn't seem like there was a way.
I'm dashing. Sorry, I should have said that first. There's 25. I've got 15 left. I hope. That's me.
All right, and then at the end of your turn, rage will drop, and we'll move to Renaud.
Adam, you said that door was it wooden or metal? Or just sturdy? I'm trying to remember what you said.
It
This
looks to
one.
be a heavy wooden door that is solidly reinforced.
Okay. Dogs are gone. We're still here. I guess he's heading that way. I'm gonna head that way. I'm gonna move here. I'm gonna hold a Eldritch Blast for any dogs or green-skinned men that are enemies, or any other evil-looking things that appear in front of me to shoot them.
Okay. Ready action for enemies, Eldritch Blast.
Yeah.
Okay, Pen's turn.
All right. 5. And I guess I will just then ready my crossbow in case anything appears to attack it.
So ready to take a shot if you see an enemy?
Yep.
Okay. And we move to Elliot's turn.
Elliot is going to come up this way. See that Grask is right, but not admit it out loud and just say, yeah, we got to go around. Alright, I'll just dash at him and get as far this way as I can.
Oh, looks like you stepped into the wall there.
Oh, there we go. Sorry.
Okay, before Sebastian's turn, Pen, you will notice as one of these dogs suddenly appears right next to you, which will trigger your action. You may take your shot if you wish.
All right.
All right, with this creature right up in your face, a reminder to use
Advantage.
hidden on your pointers, guys.
Yep.
as the creature's right up in your face, it appears there suddenly. You fire, it does hit. As your bolt tears into the creature, once again, you notice it's not as effective as you'd hope. As that bolt hits the creature, you notice the creature is then going to attempt to bite you, Pen, and will need a defense roll. You manage to evade this creature just by a hair.
And I assume that I'm not, I don't know, is that enough? Can I hit him from where I'm at? Or is that wall going to block it?
That wall would block it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
All right, Sebastian is going to make his way around to this side and strike at the creature. He will manage to connect. And much like with you guys' attacks, it's only somewhat effective. All right, from Serena, from your south side, you notice a dog suddenly materializes in front of you. And you, remind me, did you have a readied action, Serena?
I did.
Was that you? Okay, yep. So go ahead and make your attack.
I'm having trouble selecting my token for some reason. It could be related to some internet issues I've been having.
Do you have the measurement tool selected?
Yes, thank you.
That's always the culprit.
Okay, so sorry, it's a defense roll or a...
Well, the creature appeared, and I think I heard you say you did have a readied attack here, so you'd get to make an opportunity attack if you wish to take it.
Awesome.
All right, you can feel free to set yourself back to public rolling, but unfortunately that is going to be a fumble, so go ahead and roll a fumble. Quite embarrassed, but you got these new people around you, quite embarrassed, but yeah, you swing out, missing, and then the creature responds by leaping forward, and now I'll need a defense roll. The creature manages to get past your defenses here, Serena, striking you for 11 points of piercing damage and a strength saving throw. Okay, and you fail that save, getting pulled to the ground. You also lose concentration on your blast from the damage. Okay, Serena, you're currently prone on the ground. Your turn. What would you like to do?
Stand back up.
Okay, spend half your movement to stand up.
I'm going to, as bonus action, cast Branding Smite.
Alrighty, so you cast the spell as a bonus action, and yes, you have this effect on now.
And I'm going to attack the dog. I just want to make sure I'm doing this right. Okay. For future reference, when you're since I had held that action, would my extra attack apply?
No, when you ready in action, you're taking an attack off turn, and extra attack only applies on your turn.
Okay. Okay. So
Grass mentions a good point here. The aura that you have, because you're a level 5 paladin, does give you a bonus to saving throws, which would have been exactly what you needed to succeed. So if you wish, I know you already clicked Branding Smite, if you want to still be concentrating on Bless, you can do that instead.
No, I think I'm gonna try out this new spell.
Okay, fair enough.
Sorry, guys.
So no problem. So you stand up, cast Branding Smite, and that is an effect. So what would you like to do?
I guess I'm just trying to understand the difference between taking a glaive attack and a pole arm master attack.
So Polearm Master Attack is a bonus action, which you've already used on Branding Smite here, so you won't be able to do that this round.
Oh, okay.
But in future rounds,
So
you can use
that's
a
for the
bonus
bonus.
action. It's like a minor attack, think of it as.
Right, okay. Got it. So I'll just start off with just the straight glaive then.
All right, you slash out, no longer having the benefits of Bless there, because of course that doesn't apply at this point, and the dog will dodge.
And so now I can take an extra attack with the glaive.
Correct.
Okay.
This time you will manage to connect on the dog. Go ahead and post damage. All right, and I will add the Branding Smite damage, so your slash doesn't seem to be particularly effective, but the branding damage, the radiant damage, does go fully through, affecting the creature, and it lights up momentarily.
Oh, do I need to...
It already
roll
posted it
those?
above.
Oh, okay. So, wait, doesn't it shed light for the next minute?
You're concentrating on the spell, so you've hit the creature, it did that damage, and yes, now the creature sheds some light in a 5-foot radius, dim light, and it can't become invisible as long as you maintain concentration on the spell.
Nice. And so then now so now I've done everything I can except for half my movement, right?
Correct. You have half your movement left if you wanted to move, but other than that, yeah, you've used your action and bonus action.
There's the extra damage from the spell, right?
Yep, that was above the description.
Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna kind of pivot to block one of the exits, and that'll be it.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, move to Hugo's turn.
Is this the one that Hugo is frightened of that he can see?
So I didn't keep track of which one did this, so I will even give you the benefit of the doubt and say, no, that's not the one.
It's like, this one is nothing. You should see the other one. It must be twice as big. And I guess I will cast Magic Missile at it.
Okay. All right, the 3 missiles ripple around, perfectly striking into the creature and wounding it. Fully effective.
And then seeing that everyone was trying to move the other way, I will move my movement this way, and then I guess one diagonally down.
Grask, you can hear echoing from the south some guttural words being spoken. Okay, and that will put us to the top of the round, guys. We're halfway through our session here, caught in the midst of this very tactical battle. We'll go ahead and pause for a 15-minute break here and pick up on the other side. Welcome back, everybody, to the second half of our Scarlet Citadel campaign. So group is in the middle of a battle as they are on the 3rd level of the Scarlet Citadel. We'll get back into it. All right, team. So we're at the top of the initiative order with Grask.
Okay, Grass can see the slits in the hallway, and he knows what they are on... let me make sure I'm drawing right. He knows what they are on this side. He figures they're the same on that side, so hearing a noise back in the other room, he's going to run back. That's 40. I can get to there. Elliot's not engaged, right?
Correct.
10-foot long reach dog. Okay, I will take a swing at this creature recklessly. And great weapon master Lily.
All right, recklessly with Great Weapon Master, that will hit. All right, once again, slashing in with a mighty blow. It connects solidly, but it's only somewhat effective. Second one, you are still blessed, so second one will hit as well. All right, you slash into the dog twice, getting more of that shadow stuff to fade away from it.
These beasts won't die.
Okay, we move to Renaud's turn.
He sees grass going back this way, so starts heading that way. He'll go one more step. And he'll just say, you have to hit them harder. And then he's gonna Eldritch Blast. I closed my sheet. Hold on. Oh yeah, we are level 5 now, so it's 2 of them puppies. So I'm firing at the one next to everyone here, which I think is the only one I can see right now. Yeah. There.
This attack will miss.
Okay, another.
Also miss as you're trying to fire and avoid your companions here.
Get out of the way. I am going to do nothing on my bonus action. That's my turn.
Okay, Penn's turn.
All right. I am going to bring down the holy cold rider's fire on this dog. Just the number 5. The 5 one, the first one, not the second one there.
All right, so you cast Sacred Flame down upon the dog here. And go ahead and let's see, do we have that built in? Oh, we do. Okay. So we've got that. I think we've got that built in for you. One second. Oh, maybe not. Maybe that's what it always says. Okay, I will take your spell effect roll then. So he is going to evade this radiant energy that falls down upon him. Anything else on your turn, Pat? And if you're talking, Pen, we can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. I'm going to take the disengage as a bonus action.
Okay.
And move to there.
All right, if that's the end of your turn, go ahead and hit your end turn button. Okay, we move to Elliot's turn, so Elliot's still frightened.
Yes. So I cannot willingly get closer, so instead I am going to make my way this way. And I know Grass said it looks sketchy, but I want to go ahead and dash. Yeah, that definitely does look sketchy. I'm going to go for it, though. I'm going to see if I can wrap around and cut these dudes off. In Elliot's mind, he thinks that they're setting up some kind of trap, and if he can outrun the trap, then he can catch them off guard. So he takes off running in that direction.
Okay, this turn for the creature turns to Grask, who's been hitting it solidly and attacks at advantage. So defensive roll at disadvantage, Grask. Yes, it will manage to bite into you once again, dealing 6 points of piercing and a strength saving throw. Yes, once again, you manage to maintain your feet as you see, just as before, it vanishes into nothingness. All right, Sebastian will make his way down here and stab out at the creature. He will connect again. Not particularly effective. Okay, on this one's turn, still fighting against Serena here. Serena, you're going to notice as it leaps towards you. Another defensive roll, please. This time you're prepared, and as it jumps towards you, it misses. But you notice as you kind of step away and it jumps forward, as its jaws snap and it fades away into nothingness. Serena, your turn.
That thing was glowing. We should be able to see it. What do we do now?
We retreat. We can't beat this.
I see. What's the little guy's name? Elliot running behind me. Is he up on a higher level?
No, he's on a lower level than you, so you step up these stairs. Technically, where you were, you're pretty tall. You might have been able to see him, but he's pretty short, so maybe you just saw the top of his head or something like that. So you're looking through these kind of crenellations type thing into the center there. You notice crenellations on the other side as well, and he's in the middle in this passageway.
Does that mean, like, the space is too small to, like, get through?
You cannot move through the crenellations. No, they're quite narrow.
Oh, so it's like arrow slit sort of.
Correct.
Okay. Should we see where Elliot is off to?
It seems like those things keep reappearing, so I think they will come back again.
All right. If we want to stand around, I will hold my action until I see another dog within range. I'm gonna actually like stand in the middle to try to like have plenty of options to reach it if it reappears.
Spell effect roll, Elliot. Okay, to the best of your knowledge, it seems like it's still in effect. Okay, Hugo's turn.
Okay. It's just really confusing. Hugo's gonna go down to here and be like, "What? What's down there? Looks like a dead end. There's a door." And he will toll the dead for any creature he sees that is hostile to his party.
All right, you ready? I toll the dead. Okay, top of the round before Grask's turn. Okay, Grask's turn.
We can't beat these beasts. We should leave.
Are they hurting anybody? I mean, seriously, they don't seem that tough.
I'm bleeding.
Which way to go up to the level before?
Sebastian, Ben, start to retreat.
Follow Elliot.
And I'll prepare an action to attack one of the beasts if they return.
Okay. So before Renaud's turn.
Oh, real quick, do I have to declare that reckless at that moment?
No, I think it says post reckless for me. I think it says when you attack, right?
Actually, it's only on my turn, so I can't do it.
Oh, okay. That makes it even easier. Okay, Renaud's turn.
He's gonna just move over here. He is going to also prepare an Eldritch Blast for any of the dogs that come back, or green people, or any other monsters that just show up randomly.
All right. I'm going to move. That doesn't seem to be anything worth down here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I'm going to ready a one of them sacred flames if I see any of those dogs appear. And then that's the end of my turn.
Okay, ready to action if you see a dog appear. All right, we move to Elliot's turn.
All right, Elliot's going to approach the door. He's going to put his hand on it. Does it feel locked at him?
It does.
Okay, he's going to break out his thieves' tools and see if he can pick this lock.
What do you currently have in your hands?
Shield and sword, so I can stow my sword, right? And then use my thieves' tools.
So if you interact with object to stow the sword, you would then need to use your action to pull the lockpicks out, and then you need another action to pick. If you're willing to drop the sword to the ground, and then you would say you'd still need an action to retrieve your thieves' tools from your pack.
Yeah, whatever actions I need to take to get ready to pick it next round if I need to.
Okay, fair enough. So we'll assume then that you've stowed your sword, it's sheathed, and then you've used an action to pull your thieves' tools out of your backpack, and you have your kit like down in front of you as you're getting ready to take a crack at the door. Okay, before Sebastian's turn. Renaud, you're going to notice behind you suddenly manifests one of these dogs. You may go ahead and take your readied action at disadvantage, Renaud, if you wish.
I do wish. I think with Eldritch Blast held, I get my 2 attacks.
You do. That's one of the special cases.
Yeah. All right. So disadvantage coming at it. Let's do this on. Here we go.
So that will count as a fumble. So go ahead and roll a spell fumble. Okay, quite embarrassed. That'll miss. Second attack will also miss.
Damn. Is that a second fumble?
No, you can't fumble on the second attack.
That's right.
Okay, and then Pen, that will ready your action as well, so you can cast your spell. It will benefit from cover being on the other side of Renaud. Oh, I'm sorry.
Doesn't care about cover.
Right, you did say, I was thinking you were doing the bow one, but Sacred Flame. Okay, go ahead and throw me a spell effect roll, please. Yes, this will strike the creature as the radiant damage seems fully effective. All right, then the creature attacks Renaud. Renaud, defense roll, please. Hugo, did you ready an action?
Yeah, I was gonna toll the dead on something that was hostile to the party.
Okay, I'm checking your light really quick. Let's see, who's giving off light besides Hugo? Oh, it's Sebastian. He's holding right. Okay, so yes, yep, that will qualify. You can make your attack, Hugo. All right, the creature does manage to save against this and is not affected. Okay, and then the creature attacks Renaud. Renaud, it does manage to hit you. As it does hit you with a bite, that's going to be 9 points piercing damage, and then I'll need a strength saving throw. You will fail this save and get knocked prone.
As soon as I find the icon.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, it's at the
Oh, you
top.
got it.
Yeah, but if usually it takes people a while, so I just throw them on real quick. But if you, yeah, I remember I've got those buttons at the top, token actions now, to set them pretty quickly. Okay, let's see. Sebastian's turn. Having just heard what he heard from Grask, he will try to make his way out a bit. So he'll get to there with his full movement. Okay, and then after Sebastian's turn, but before the next turn, okay, and then after that, Renaud, you're going to notice as this dog suddenly manifests right in front of you. As it does, looking down towards you, it's going to use a special ability that it can only use against prone targets. So first, it's going to use this as a bonus action, and I will need you to make a Constitution saving throw. Okay, so you will fail this. This is called a Gut Rip ability. So this is 19 points of slashing damage.
Can I re-roll that with my inspiration?
You could have if I hadn't posted damage, but unfortunately I posted damage, so you can't call it after that. So once it deals damage to you and on a failed save, this is going to cause you to become incapacitated.
Let's see. Incapacitated. I don't think I can concentrate on spells.
You might be right. Let me do a double check.
I think it's in the concentration rules, not in incapacitated, because for some reason they thought that made sense.
I'm pretty sure Paralyzed does that for sure. Let me see if Paralyzed calls it out. It does not. So I think, yeah, for some reason I think you're right.
I'm trying to find the concentration thing, but I'm pretty sure Bless is gone.
Okay, we'll do a double check on that, but we'll keep moving forward until there's an issue there. Okay, so that is actually only a bonus action for the creature, and then it's going to use its action to attack you. So defensive roll at disadvantage. There you go. Thanks, Elliot. Appreciate that. So you are right. Okay, so this will manage to hit you as well. And this will be 5 points piercing damage. Don't worry about that save because you're already prone. Okay. And, alright, so that's that turn. Okay, now before Serena's turn... Okay, now Serena's turn.
These little buggers.
I'm gonna go ahead and attack. Actually, shoot, how many was that?
Looks like 6 to me.
That's good, right?
Where did you start?
I think I was right behind Grask. I think I was right here.
She was right here, one down from me.
Oh, I was way off then. Then yeah, you got plenty of space to get there.
Okay. So I'm gonna actually attack the one that's. Oh wait, I just noticed Renaud doesn't seem like he's doing too great.
Do not worry about me. Of course, I am incapacitated, so I don't actually see that.
And you're also surrounded by jerks. I'm going to lay on hands as a action. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna lay on hands and give Renaud like 10 hit points.
Okay, that is one of your attacks. Go ahead and click it. It'll ask you how many points you'd like to spend. Just type that in, hit enter. It'll automatically deduct that amount from yourself. So you take a hand off your glaive, reach for, channel some holy energy, and restore some life force to Renaud.
Praise Halen. And I'm... Oh, I think I shouldn't have the bless wings on me anymore.
Correct.
Oh, I don't know how I wear it. Oh.
I'll take care of it, no worries.
Okay.
Anything else on your turn?
And I didn't lose concentration on Branding Smite, so that means the one that I hit before is still glowing when it reappears, is that right?
Yes. Yep, he is still glowing. I'll have to see which one I set the light on if you need to know which one's which.
No, I now realize that that's not helpful, so I'm going to quit concentrating on that.
Okay. It was the one just southeast of you, by the way, but okay, I'll remove that light.
I mean, I guess unless it helps people that can't see him. But,
Well, your choice. Do you want me to take it off or no?
I thought that it would keep him visible, but that didn't work. So, I'm just checking to make sure there isn't like another bonus action that I would rather be doing. We'll leave it on for now.
Okay.
And then next turn I'll change it, so. Alright, that's it for me. I'm ready to attack.
All right, after that turn, but before the next turn. Okay, now we move to Hugo's turn. So Hugo, you can now see the source of your fright, and you are frightened.
Oh God, that's the one. And Hugo will, shoot. I guess Hugo will cast. Actually, sorry, I gotta check the range on this. Okay, can't do it because I can't move closer. So I'm instead going to cast Magic Missile on this other one up top here.
Okay, yeah, you can see just barely enough of him, and Magic Missile doesn't have his attack roll, so that'll work. Remind me, what do you have in your hands right now, Hugo?
It's empty and shield.
Empty shield, perfect. All right, yeah, go ahead and cast your spell. All right, once again, 3 of those magic darts flash around really quickly, smacking in unison and wounding the creature. Good rolls on the magic missiles.
Yeah, for sure. That's awesome. So then I'm going to be like, I'm getting out of here. And he runs down here so he can't see the thing anymore.
Okay.
And that's the end of his turn.
All right, before that turn... All right, and then we move to this guy's turn. This guy's turn. Okay, top of the round, before Grask's turn. Serena, you're going to notice as north of you suddenly manifests a third dog. As it appears here quickly, it is going to attack you, Serena. Defensive roll, please. This will manage to strike you as it hits you for 5 points of piercing, and I will need a strength saving throw. Failing the save, you will fall prone, Serena. Once you fall prone, this is going to make you eligible for the Gut Rip ability, and it is going to use that on you right now. So, Serena, as a bonus action, it just automatically, no roll, inflicts 18 damage to you. And then I'll need a Constitution saving throw to see if you can ward off this effect. Oh, sorry, I missed your Constitution saving throw. There it is. Okay, that is a failure. So with that
It's not adding her aura.
Yeah, she actually double checked, and you don't get that till level 6. So I think the macro, yeah, it only for whatever reason it's showing early. It shouldn't be, but yeah, it's a level 6 ability. So with that failure, you will also be incapacitated, and then we move to Grask's turn. And I'm pretty sure, Grask, you're no longer blessed either, right?
Who did my bless come from?
They're all down.
I was pretty sure they're, yeah.
It was me and Serena.
Okay, I think this is as good as it gets. I don't want to take a bunch of attacks from this dog, so I'm going to go here. I'm going to rage again.
Okay.
And we're going to do Tundra Aura.
All right, each creature of your choice. I assume you're going to select all your companions and yourself.
I've been with the dogs this whole time.
I knew it.
I was raised by wolves. It's one of my personality traits. No, okay, yeah, I'll give it to my allies.
All right, so each of you guys will get 3 temporary HP. And I think I learned a trick about how to do temp HP now. Let me see if I remember correctly. Because I remember when we were doing this before, there was always an odd way of tracking this. So in where it says hit point maximum, if you guys can try this for me. Yeah, hit point maximum. If you put a space after that and put +3, those of you that were affected by this, it should give you like the full amount, but it won't actually increase your hit point maximum. And then that way, once you lose the temporary HP, you just remove the +3 and you should be back to good. Give that a try. Let me know if anybody has issues with that.
How's that better than using the temporary hit point spot?
Oh, it's not. What am I thinking of? There's one that's oh, no, it's when you lose max HP. I'm sorry. You're right, Penn. So put it in temporary hit points.
That might be good for aid or something like that.
Yeah, the main idea was that usually when you get extra hit points, it's hard to track them. But yes, Penn's right. We do have a temporary hit point box here, so that makes more sense to do it that way.
Yeah,
it just doesn't show up on your.
Yeah, so when you subtract it, you just have to remember subtract your temp HP first, and then subtract your max HP.
Hey guys, the combat, the main part of the game doesn't handle temp HP, but you can print your character sheet, and at the end of the day,
priorities, right?
Okay, I am going to recklessly, with Great Weapon Master, attack the dog to my right.
Okay, so you raged once again. Throw that back on you real quick. Okay, Great Weapon Master, reckless attack, dog to your right. I'm ready for it. Go ahead. That will connect. Okay, as before, you notice it's not fully effective, but it wounds the dog. So this is yeah, that will hit. Okay, once again, wounding the dog.
We have to get out of here.
Okay, before Renaud's turn. Let's see, Serena, you're currently prone. Grask, you would definitely see this. You notice as a shape emerges from the north. As the creature makes its way down to here, it is holding on to a spear in its hand, and it is going to throw that spear right at Grask. Grask, defensive roll, please. Yes, you see the spear coming, you evade it, and it does not connect. Okay, then we move to Renaud's turn. So Renaud, start off by rolling me a d4, please. And you can roll that, do that to GM. Okay, so you are no longer affected by this incapacitation. It wears off you.
Do I still have a turn, or is it the end of my turn?
This would be at the end of your turn.
Okay, so Grass says we have to go, and then Renaud says, and then he kind of wakes up. That's his turn.
So just double checking. I know incapacitated means you cannot take actions, but I want to say you can still move. Am I mistaken?
Ooh, you might be.
Incapacitated can't take actions or reactions.
Yep, you can still move.
I can move. Well, I'm gonna stand.
Okay, so half movement to stand.
Yep. Does a reaction count?
It
Actions
says
or
can't,
reactions.
yeah, can't take actions or reactions.
Oh yeah, sure. Well, that's dumb. I'm not moving from this spot until I can get out and do a thing. So this is where I'm at.
Okay, so you stand up, you're no longer prone, and you are there. All right, so then we move to Pen's turn. So that Sacred Flame, was that on the injured one, Pen?
The one that was hurt already.
All right, so you target the wounded one. That does manage to hit it as the Sacred Energy strikes it, wounding it again.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action to disengage.
Okay.
And move to there, and that's the end of my turn.
Okay, so we move to Elliot's turn.
Wait. Was somebody else really hurt?
Serena's looking pretty badly wounded, as is Renaud.
Do I can tell who's wounded worse?
Yeah, I would say you can tell Serena's certainly wounded worse.
Can you see our health bars?
I'll, as a bonus action cast, oh no, I already used my bonus action to disengage. Never mind.
All right, give yourself that slot back then, and we will move to Elliot's turn. So Elliot, you have your Thieves' Tools in hand. What would you like to do?
I know I'm still frightened, but because I can't see any of the dogs or anything, is that going to affect me still, or do I feel like it's not hanging over me at the moment?
You have this sort of fear in the back of your mind, but it's not present at the moment.
Okay, so I'm going to look back at Hugo and say, hey Hugo, you want to update me on whatever's going on behind us while I try to pick this lock here? And
Yeah,
I'm gonna
just
go ahead.
hurry up and get it open. They're coming.
And I turn and like, okay, God. And I'm going to go ahead and try to pick the lock.
Okay, give me a blind check as you attempt to pick the lock.
I'm going to use... I'm proficient at them, so I'll use dexterity with my Thieves' Tools check.
Okay. Okay, you find that this lock is not particularly challenging, and this gives you a sign of hope for a moment. As the lock is picked and opens just slightly, you suddenly feel resistance on the other side, as though there's bodies there trying to prevent this from being opened. And then, at the same time, you hear the sound of a cage come slamming down. To the north, separating Hugo from the main room, a bar gate suddenly slams there, sealing off passage, and then in the middle of this room, you can suddenly hear the sound of hissing as gas begins to pour in from the ceiling.
Okie dokie. Is it interact with object to pick a lock, or is it an action?
That would be your action.
Okay. So, can I take my shield and jam it into like the crease of the door? I know I got a little push and like they're trying to hold it shut, but is there any room for me to jam my shield in there and try to hold it?
Sure. I'd say as interact with object, you can try to wedge it in there. It won't have any mechanical effect right now unless they were to try to completely seal it shut.
Okay, yeah, I just want to try to prevent that from happening, so I'm going to try to thrust my shield in there and hold it, and I'm going to say, Hugo, I need your body weight.
Get out of here.
All right, we move back to this creature's turn now, and it is going to strike out at Renaud at the flank. Renaud, defensive roll, please. Yes, you managed to evade this. However, looking at the tasty treat that is Serena, who is currently prone, this creature is once again going to use its gut rip ability on Serena, dealing 20 points of slashing damage automatically, and that is going to knock Serena to 0 HP. Serena, go ahead and throw me a Constitution save as well. Actually, you're already affected by this, so don't worry. We'll skip that.
And this is just slashing damage?
Yes. All right. At the end of the creature's turn, you notice once again it is going to vanish. All right. You notice Sebastian standing here. He looks very nervous as he sees this cloud of poison gas, or some kind of gas. Certainly looks poisonous by this green coloration on our map. As he's looking in this direction, he seems very confused as to what to do. Let's see how much movement he has. He will move to here, use his action to grapple onto Serena, and manage to pull her back a single tile. Okay, before the next turn.
No more.
Coming out from the northern opening.
No. Stop it.
This guy's going to rush down to here. All right, then after his turn, we go to the dog's turn. The dog is going to strike at Renaud. So Renaud, defense roll.
Oops.
Once
if any
again,
of those blind checks were good. Then,
so surprisingly, these were both good rolls. But yes, you managed to evade that. The creature, let me just double check. Yeah, it is going to then step up here and once again use bonus action on Serena, which will automatically hit. So that's 2 failed death saves, Serena.
Can it fit between us? Does it have to fumble?
You can fit diagonally, sure. So moving to the top. Oh, you meant tumble, but yeah, you can move diagonally between 2 enemies. Okay, moving to the top then. You notice another creature moving through this opening. Rushing down to here. Okay, and then we move to Serena. I feel so bad, Serena, as this is a brand new character that you just brought into level 3 of the Scarlet Citadel. But GM roll, please. So set yourself to GM rolls and throw me a death save. All right, and we won't know what happens there as we move to the next opponent. Okay, then after that one, but before Hugo's turn. That one rushes forward. Okay, and then we move to Hugo's turn. So, Hugo, you start your turn in this poisonous gas. As you do so, I'm going to need you to make a Constitution saving throw. You also
private?
you can make that publicly. You also notice that your fear now wears off. Okay, so you will succeed on that save and suffer no damage.
Oh, amazing.
It's it's a kind of an interesting mechanic. Yeah, your turn. What would you like to do?
I look at Elliot.
Hurry up! Throw your shoulder into it, you skinny bastard!
I say, I'm sorry. I've got to get out of here. And I guess I will Misty. I'm gonna Misty step.
Okay, and where would you like to Misty step to?
I'm gonna get out of here, so I'm gonna go through like you said, the gate that dropped down is like slotted, right? So
It's
I'm just gonna go
bars,
back.
yes. You can see through, yep.
All right, so I will Misty step. I guess. To here.
Okay, sure, yeah, that's so you moved 5 feet so far, right? And then you bonus action Misty step to there. Okay, so that's your bonus action. You still got your full move minus 5 feet and your action. And go ahead and burn whatever Misty step you have.
And then once I'm up here, I am going to Toll the Dead on I guess this one right here.
This one's pretty weak.
All right, go ahead and throw that and throw me a spell effect roll as well. So it does not look like... Oh, I did hear on the forums today, someone was saying there's an issue with the damage being rolled properly with spells for some reason. They said it works on the attacks, but not when you cast it from the spell. Was that from your spell list or from your attacks?
It was from my attacks, but I may not have had my token selected. So
You shouldn't have to for this one. Let me just do a quick double check here. Oh, maybe that's not even working because I see the damage posted. Yeah, that's not even working either. Okay, so that's the bug they're talking about. So throw me a spell effect roll, and we'll see if it hits him first. And this is Wisdom. Yes, he will be affected by this. He is wounded. You're level 5. Throw me 2d12, please, for necrotic damage. All right, as you cast this spell and that sound rings out, you notice the necrotic energy runs through the creature, wounding it pretty badly.
I'm like, Elliot's stuck in a trap made of gas. He's back there. That's the end of my turn.
All right, before that guy's turn.
Stop it.
And still before that guy's turn.
Once we get up there to look around that corner, I know it's just going to be like a PNG of a clown car.
All right, now it's this guy's turn. Okay, so from the other side of the door, Elliot, you can feel, and probably through this little slit in the opening of the door, you see this green-skinned, muscly guy that resembles the same creatures that you spotted originally, and you see him holding the door shut. You also see other hands also trying to hold the door shut. Okay, we'll move to the top of the round. See this one's turn. He is going to strike at Renaud.
I'm gonna click the defensive roll.
You manage to evade the strike, Renaud, and unfortunately, Serena, he is still next to you, still gets that free bonus action, so he is going to use it, and that is going to be a third death save before he vanishes away from sight. All right, so you guys notice, unfortunately, your brand new companion, Serena, here is slain as you move to Grask's turn.
Man, I didn't even have a chance to save you. Sorry. I mean, it's like one round, you're up, and the next round.
These guys hit quite hard.
We're leaving Now!
Okay, before I start to leave now, remind me the entrance that we came in. It was stairs up and then a ladder.
Stairs up, then rung ladder carved into the side of the wall.
How tall was the ladder part?
From ground to the hatch, you mean?
Yeah.
Like 10 feet.
Okay, so not the end of the world. And then we look at this turn order. Who do I doom to death?
So just remember, as you're starting to consider that, the spiral staircase is like 45 feet up. And you heard Penn tell you, and I'm not trying to suggest a course of action or anything like that to you, but I just want to make sure all the details are fresh in your mind. You heard Penn tell you that when he tried to rush up these stairs, he got his foot caught because there's a lot of like misplaced bricks in the ground and those sorts of things.
Gotcha. I mean, the alternative here seems to be death. So I'll take some bad stairs, I think.
Okay.
So I am going to disengage and should I just attack one more time? Can I step onto Serena's space?
You can, yes. She's not actively trying to prevent you or anything.
Okay, I'm gonna step here and I'm going to attack the one right above me, this guy right here.
Okay.
Do I want to do that recklessly? They're holding spears?
Yes, you notice they have bows on their back and like a holster of spears at their back as well, like 3 apiece essentially.
Okay, I will recklessly attack. Why not? Let's recklessly attack and Great Weapon Master. Try and murder this guy.
Okay, so that will connect. You have a mighty blow to the creature, wounding him with a massive slash through his front.
A second one
will connect as well. All right, you strike him hard once again. You notice he falls to the ground, looking badly wounded.
I know Great Weapon Master lets me get another attack if I down someone.
Yes.
Do I have to make it right now, or can I move?
You can move.
Okay, I'm going to move into his space. We're carving. And I'll make another attack on this guy. Let me make sure let me just post this as I read it. It's just the same thing. I just make another attack, right?
As a bonus action, yep. So this is only an 11, so this one will miss.
Okay, and I have moved how many feet here? I think I started here, moved here, moved here. That's 10. I think I'm still moving away. So I'm going to step to here.
All right, as you do so, this dog to your southeast is going to try to bite you. So defensive roll, and this is at disadvantage because you reckless. That will hit. Dealing 15 points piercing. We'll cut that in half to 7, and a strength saving throw. All right, and you don't have bless anymore, so that's just a 12.
I have, let me take that off, but it's advantage due to rage, I think.
For strength saving throw. Okay, let me double check.
Oh, that's so much text. You have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws.
That'll do it then. So, yes, yep, 16 is good enough, so you do not get pulled to the ground.
Okay, and there's another guy I walked away from.
Oh, yes, the one right across from you. True, yep, he will stab out with a spear at you. Another defensive roll. And he manages to strike you through your defenses here, Grask. This will be for 6. We'll cut that down to 3 points of piercing.
That's it? I was waiting for like the terrible, some kind of charisma save or something.
You never know with Scarlet Citadel. Some of the enemies got some really crazy stuff, and other ones maybe a little bit more basic, or maybe they got tricks up their sleeve.
Okay, I've moved 15 so far, if my math's correct. There's another 10.
I believe you have 20 so far, so 25. That'll be 30 to get you there.
Let me count this. I was here, so 5, 10, 15, 25.
Oh, okay. My bad. Yep, that works.
Every foot might matter here, so I gotta be
Sure, absolutely.
stick
Hey,
with-
no, I'm okay with that. As long as you know where you started, that's all that matters.
I think I'll go here.
Okay. All right, this guy's turn. He is going to step across, seeing you there, Grask, and stab out with his spear at you. And I will need 2 defensive rolls, please. Nice. The first one will count as a fumble. Go ahead and roll that first. This will be a melee fumble. All right, so he will miss you, and now he's quite terrified of you. He will strike again, but you'll have advantage on this next defensive roll.
Evens out because of reckless.
Oh, wait. That means the first one was at advantage, or disadvantage.
Oh yeah, you're right.
My bad. So ignore that. So the 14 actually hits you, and then the 15 hits you as well. So that'll be 2 and 4, so a total of 6 piercing.
Okay, it's gonna go down less than you think because I forgot my temp HP before.
Okay, fair enough. And we move to Renaud's turn.
Boy, I was going to heal for Serena, but not anymore. Renaud casts Misty Step, going 30 feet this way. He will then use Starburst. So I'm gonna
Who is your target?
ask Adam, because it's a moat, and the way that's worded makes me think that I could like maybe situate this in between some squares or something. Like,
No, definitely not. So this is in the moat's 5-foot space. That's a single one. I think the advantage here is you're targeting charisma, which is almost never really targeted. So that's sort of the benefit of this cantrip.
all right. Well, we're gonna go with. Let's see. Actually, I retract my previous statement.
Okay.
That's all right. I'm gonna instead Eldritch Blast this guy right here.
Okay, so you Eldritch Blast, firing through Hugo, trying to strike into the dog.
Yeah. Let me take the blast off. Here comes.
This will miss.
Again.
This one will manage to connect as you fire just over Hugo's shoulder.
I'm going to also kick it back. I can do it 10 feet, but I think I can't go into the guy there, so whatever the distance is, yeah.
All right, you push it back with Repelling Blast. Go ahead and post your damage.
Done.
Oh, looks like it's not. Oh, there it goes. It just took a minute. Okay, force damage. That is fully effective.
And then let's see. So I use bonus. I used main action. I still got some movement. I'm gonna go here. Actually, I'm gonna go one more. Done.
All right, we move to Penn's turn.
I'm not picking up any kind of cursed energy from any of these guys that I've hexed before, right?
I would say, quickly glancing at all of them, no, you don't see the one that you hexed is still here.
All right. I am going to cast my once a day invisibility.
All right, taking a hand off of your crossbow, you cast invisibility and vanish from sight.
And then move to, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20. 30. And bonus action hide.
Okay, go ahead and throw me a blind stealth check. As we move to Elliot. Start of your turn, Elliot. Being exposed to this area, I'll need a con save. Okay, Elliot, failing this.
It's not letting me my macro bar thing.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Said it's not popping up a macro bar.
You mean the token action bar at the top?
Yep.
Maybe try refreshing. So Elliot, con save failed. Okay, so you are exposed to these toxic fumes here, Elliot, suffering some poison damage. That's going to be 12 points of poison damage to you, Elliot.
Alrighty. I think I have some kind of advantage on poison, but give me a second. Let me just look real quick. Nope, never mind. We're good.
Alrighty, your turn, Elliot. What would you like to do?
Alright, so you're saying I can see a couple of like fingers wrapped around the door frame trying to push it shut?
I would say you can see multiple arms trying to hold this shut against as you're trying to push it open.
Okay. Well, I got a little bit of a Hail Mary here, so I'm gonna Aaron Rodgers it and see what happened. So I'm gonna try to focus my attention on one of the arms and really deeply concentrate and try to call up that feeling that I usually try to avoid and see if I can, well, I'm gonna cast this with my bloodline.
All right, go ahead and throw me a spell effect roll as you try to target one of these creatures holding this shut.
So spell effect roll is linked to my intelligence. So my DC for this is just 10 based on charisma, correct?
Yeah, so all bloodline abilities are based on charisma. You do have the ability to switch that in the sheet, but yeah, so just roll a d20. Okay, so yes.
They have advantage because we're attacking or fighting them, right? If you or creatures that you are friendly to are fighting it, it has advantage on the saving throw.
Yes, throw another d20, please.
Sorry, just want to be fair.
Absolutely. All right, so let me double check math real quick. Okay, so based on your charisma. So let me just do this to make sure I'm getting the math correct. So ignore that roll. Okay, so we're going to take the number difference here and adjust that out. And you said normally your spells are based on intelligence, right?
Yeah, that's the Eldritch Knight, so it's usually my intelligence, but this is a bloodline ability. It's a level 5 spell, so it's not even within my capacity to cast at the moment.
Right, okay. So
other than through bloodline.
So unfortunately, at disadvantage, after you call this energy up and try to affect this creature, you're 10, we add your modifier based on charisma. It does not work.
Okay. So I'm just going to bonus action, weapon bond, and summon up my scimitar in that free hand that I have.
Okay.
And I'm going to also try to just shove that into the door as well, where I've already got the shield.
Okay, you're trying to make some opening here, but being a small-sized creature, not particularly strong, and you've got multiple arms on the other side holding it pretty shut, you're not liking your odds of trying to get this open at the moment.
I say that out loud. Or shout it, rather.
All right,
back towards my comrade. Hey, who's got that ooze potion? Sling it in here.
Okay, before Sebastian's turn. Okay, Hugo, you're going to notice as one of these dogs suddenly appears behind you, and as it does, it will try to bite you. A defense roll, Hugo.
All right. These aren't affected by protection from evil, right?
They are, yeah, so this will be at advantage. Okay, the dog tries to bite you, but is unable to penetrate. All right, Sebastian can see that Serena is unfortunately slain, so he's going to try to survive here. So he will disengage and get to there. Okay, move to this guy's turn. He's going to make his way over to here, and he is going to attack Hugo on the flank. This one will not apply. All right, that will manage to hit as he jabs in with that spear. And that'll be 7 points of piercing damage. He follows that up with a second attack against you here, Hugo. This one you see coming and manage to evade. Okay, this one's turn. He is going to move up to here and bite out at you, Hugo. Once again, you manage to evade this strike, and then you notice he vanishes from sight.
They're swarming.
Oh, we're getting some lag there. I haven't seen him come through yet.
Oh, sorry. I didn't hear you say he's attacking me.
Oh, yes. Apologies. Yeah, he is attacking you, Hugo. 2 defensive rolls. Okay, you evade the first one. And evade the second one as you manage to evade both of those. Serena, unfortunately, is slain. Okay, back over to this side. This guy is going to move down. He is going to strike out at you, Hugo. 2 more defensive rolls. All right, the second one manages to get through your defenses for 6 points of piercing, and then we move to you, Hugo.
Okay. Hugo is scared. So he is going to disengage as an action. Move to here.
So count that as 10 feet to get there, because obviously you can't move through the wall.
Yep. Actually, you know what? I'll keep moving all the way over here. And I'm going to cast Shatter.
You disengaged, right?
Oh, yeah, sorry. I'm going to action surge and
Okay.
then cast Shatter.
All right, yeah. Feel free to burn your action surge and cast that. I'll move poor Serena's body out of the way so she doesn't get hit by it.
Sorry, babe.
I was thinking, should Serena have, like, evaporated?
I don't know. Is that how you imagine her going out?
Yeah, just because the nature of her true identity, I don't think there's really, like, a body per se.
I'll be honest. I was hoping we were going to have more sessions to get to learn about Serena, so I hadn't read about a death scenario quite yet. But yeah, I'm happy to go with that if you think it makes sense that she would vanish.
Yeah, they don't really say specifically in the description.
Sorry, I'm trying to get this smart toggling going. All right. So yes, I'm gonna cast it right there.
All right, nice. Yeah, with that selected, go ahead and hit your trigger all. All right, so we got some passes, some failures. Let's see, they're wounded. I don't think they're knocked back or anything, though, right? Okay, no. So they suffer some damage here as this shatter rings out very loudly, shaking the entire area here.
And I'm gonna say, we gotta go. And I guess as a bonus action, I will telekinetically shove this dog one back, or try to.
Telekinetically push the creature. Sure, yeah, go ahead and throw that check. Yes, that will be successful as you shove it back 5 feet.
Okay, and that's the end of Hugh's turn.
You still have movement left, don't you?
Do I have 5 left? I think I moved from where the thing was. Boom.
You were right where the dog is, right? So
15, 20, 25. Yeah, so I guess I could.
So remember, you can't move through
up to here.
You can't move through the wall, so count it like this. But yeah, that'll be 25 if you want to go there.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna go here.
Okay, fair enough. All right, we move to this guy's turn. He's gonna make his way around. Get up to here, and he's going to stab out at Grask twice. Grask, I think you reckless, right? So these are at disadvantage.
Am I seeing it wrong, or is he behind a wall?
It moved a kind of funky. Here, let me try to adjust it. There we go.
Oh, okay. He was over here for me.
Oh, so the orange circle was there for me, but he was actually there. I think it was just lag or something. Okay, that one will manage to connect.
You said 2, right?
Yes. Yep. So that'll deal 5 piercing and 6 piercing for a total of 11 against Grask. On this one's turn, I don't think anybody's got line of sight of this guy. You will see a very injured one of these guys come around the corner. Elliot, you feel that door still being held very tightly on the other side. All right. Before Grask's turn, Grask, you're going to feel the presence of one of these dogs suddenly manifest behind you as it strikes out with advantage and flank.
Oh boy. Well, there goes the rest of my luck.
That does manage to hit you for 7. We'll cut that down to 3 and a strength save. Yes, you will manage to maintain your footing here, so that will be the end of that guy's turn. Oh, and then I missed Grask, so Grask, it is your turn.
Okay, I am going to disengage. I'd like to get 2 here. I want to get to this spot, so I think I have to do this difficult terrain here for 25.
So you can move diagonal onto Sebastian, but yes, that space would definitely be difficult terrain.
Okay, so that's disengage 5. That's 20, 25, yada yada. All right.
Yes. Is that what you'd like to do?
I think that's what we're gonna do.
All right, so I think you guys have trouble moving in this spiral staircase. So let me just do this way. So that'd be 20, 25.
Let me think here, though, because I can... There's a world where I use my aura on everyone to give them one last chance to try and get out without dying. Or I can Hungry Jaws one of these guys to keep my rage up. Maybe that keeps me alive. Actually, that's probably what I need to do. Yeah, so I'm gonna Hungry Jaws the guy right below me.
Okay, sure.
Purely to keep this rage going.
You're not great weapon mastering this, obviously, right?
No, absolutely not.
So it's just the 12. Okay, 12 unfortunately will miss.
Still a bless on too, so ignore that too.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, let me read rage now. Do I need to hit someone or attack?
Make an attack or take damage.
Cool, we've done it, gang. Now I'm going to disengage and do that movement. So this is 20, and then I would like to keep moving. I have 40 feet.
Yep, sorry. Okay, so let's see. 5, 15, 20, 25, 30. All right, so as you're rushing up these very uneven, broken stairs, I'll need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Got danger sense.
I gotta double check the DC here real quick. Yes, you managed to evade this, and you do not get your foot stuck.
Okay, then I keep moving whatever the rest of my movement was.
Okay, so that's 5, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, so I'm going to put you here. You're plus 5 more feet up the circular staircase.
Cool, that's my turn.
All right, move to this guy's turn. He's going to step to here and strike out at Sebastian a couple of times. Sebastian will get hit once. Suffering some damage. Move to Renaud's turn.
All right, the ooze potion somewhere on Hugo. Can Renaud figure out where the hell that's at, or grab it, or do anything like that, or is it like?
I mean, if you want to spend your action and he's basically turning his back to you to let free access to his backpack, I would say you can find it with an action, and then you would have to drink it the following round.
I am going to do that, finding it.
Okay, Hugo, are you allowing that to happen?
Yeah, definitely.
Give me the potion.
Yeah, take it. He pulls it out and hands it to Renaud.
Then Renaud's going to take potion in hand. He's going to run over here. I'm guessing this gas is where we see the gas, so it's actually coming out of the area where the gates are.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, fuck it. If anything, I'll be inside there and away from those guys. So I'm gonna bonus action Misty Step into here. Right here. And I'm gonna hold up the potion for Elliot.
Only one of us can drink it, jackass. Just help me open the door if you're already in here.
I can get out. It's fine. Come on, we're going. We go now. So let me burn a spell slot for my Misty Step. Hold on. There we go. Well, that didn't really take it, but I'll fix it. Anyway. Okay, bonus main action. I'm gonna stay right there. And that's my turn.
All right, we move to Pen's turn, who's hiding behind the wall here. What would you like to do, Pen?
All right, I'm going to move to here. There's nobody in here now. Let's see. That's 5, 10. Eek. 15. 20. 25. 30. I guess dash action. 5, 10, 15, Ah. Um.
So that's 45 so far.
Yeah, but now I see there's no way for me to get out. Um. $20, $25. I'm just gonna bonus action hide here.
All right, you try to hide against the wall there. Go ahead and throw a blind check. Make sure your token is selected. And then, if that's the end of your turn, go ahead and pass your turn.
Did you see the blind check? I did it.
It posted the text, but I don't see the roll. Did you have your token selected at that time? The sandbox may have crashed if you did. Oh, yep, sandbox crashed. 1 second.
I can't end my turn.
Yep, yeah, that's also tied to a script. Just 1 second. All right, there we go. All right, so post your roll one more time for me, please, Pen. Perfect. Now I've got it. Okay, we move to Elliot's turn. Elliot, as you start your turn in this poisonous cloud and you've already failed the save, you automatically suffer additional damage. That'll be 12 more points of poison damage. And you drop concentration on whatever it was you were concentrating on.
That was that one guy who was hit by that bloody smite.
Oh, no, actually, I think that was your dominate that failed, right?
No, the concentration was still for that bloody smite. I don't think it ever dropped, but it's all right. So I'm going to move to where Renat is. I'm going to leave my scimitar in the door and just bring my shield still attached to my arm.
Okay.
Is that possible? So drop basically on the sword.
You drop the sword. You notice it falls down to the ground. It might be just in there slightly a wedge, but it's certainly not providing much of an impact.
Yeah, that's. I'm not trying to use it as a toothpick or anything. I'm just simply trying to drop it, and then I'm going to try to swipe the potion from Renard as he has it, his hand out to me, and I'm going to move to here. That will bring me to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So getting here and... Ooh. Yikes, guys. That looks fun.
Yeah, it's not much better out here.
All right. Well, Elliot's seeing that, and shoo, yeah. So, Adam, I'm gonna send you a spell to GM. Can I cast this while I'm holding the shield and the potion in my hand?
If you don't have Warcaster and it requires material components, then no.
Okay, so I can't cast it anyway. So I'm just gonna drink. I'm gonna down the potion.
All right, you down the potion. Okay, when you drink this potion, you and everything you are wearing and carrying transform into a puddle of ooze. So you suddenly just turn to an ooze. While you're in this form, your only method of movement is crawling or oozing in quotation marks with a speed of 5 feet. You can enter and occupy the space of another creature. You gain resistance to non-magical damage, but you have disadvantage on strength saving throws and always fail dex saving throws. You can pass through tiny holes and narrow openings as small as 1 inch.
Sounds incredibly convenient for my current situation, but I won't be able to do anything until my next round because I just used all my movement. So
yes. All right, we move to this guy's turn. He is going to... You're going to notice, for the first time, you've seen these creatures move much when they're visible, Hugo. And you notice the creature is actually flying as it makes its way over here to you, and then it's going to attempt to strike you. Defense roll at advantage, Hugo. Yes, you manage to evade this strike as you notice the dog once again fades from your view. Okay, Sebastian's turn. He is going to disengage and start making his way up the staircase. And he's also going to see if he gets caught up. He does. So, Grask, as you're making your way up the stairs, you hear, "Ah, my feet!" as he suddenly gets his foot lodged in a gap here. Hugo, you don't really have much of a line of sight on this, but you do notice this opponent coming out after you.
No. We can be friends.
Is that what you say in common?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, as you say that in common, in very broken common, he responds and says, "Drop weapons all, maybe let you live, just smack in face." After the creature's turn, as it gets up to here and seems to have readied in action, then we move to the next opponent's turn. Pen, as you are both invisible and hiding, you are shocked to notice that this dog suddenly appears next to you, seemingly easily able to detect exactly where you're at as it bites out at you, and I'll need a defensive roll. The creature manages to connect Pen, dealing 12 points of piercing damage, and I'll need a strength save. Oof. All right, you fail that save, meaning you get knocked prone. As the creature pulls you down to the ground, that's where you're at. All right, we move to the next guy's turn. And Hugo, you'll probably be able to see this now, as it looks as though his wounds are healing themselves.
So that breaks my concentration on the invisibility.
If you deducted the HP, it should auto-roll a con save for you. If you just roll it separately, then yes, yep, you would lose concentration on invisibility. All right, so we'll take that off you. This one's going to move up next to you, Hugo, spear in hand. He is also pointing it right at your face.
I don't have a weapon, see? I've got the shield here.
All right, this one's going to get closer, and you see he's got this long, nasty-looking smile with these missing teeth and warts on his face as he also points a spear towards you. You now have 3 of these creatures all pointing spears towards you as you notice, as you're standing here, their wounds just seemingly knitting up. What do you do, Hugo?
Hugo puts his hand up. He goes, "This has all been a huge misunderstanding, and we are very apologetic for what we have, for coming into your territory."
Give me a blind check as you attempt to persuade these creatures of your intent.
And could I spend my inspiration? I don't know what I'd roll, but...
Well, I will tell you, you don't need to. And I'll even just tell you, you nat 20'd this roll. So, you notice the creature looks at you and kind of just does this like snarl as he rolls his shoulders and this long, weird-looking nose that's just really out of place. He kind of cocks his head and looks at you and says, "All right, well, boss will decide what to do with you. Don't move."
Hugo he just stays still and like looks sort of over their shoulders to his friends, and he's like, "All right."
And I'm not sure how many of your friends you can see through that cloud of poison. You might be able to see Renaud back there, but I don't think you'd be able to see Ooze Puddle that is Elliot.
Okay.
Anything else on your turn here, Hugo?
No, Hugo's staying put and trying to not get murdered.
Fair enough. All right, go ahead and pass your turn. All right, move to this guy's turn. He's going to make his way up the stairs, and Grask and Sebastian, as you're making your ways away, I say Sebastian as though he's a player character, but he shouts up the stairs, "Your friends have surrendered. If you keep running, we're sending the dogs after you, or come back." This one. You hear some shouting and so forth, and he starts looking around, trying to see where everybody's at. He comes down here, looks through the poison. This one's still holding the door shut. Yeah, I would say, Renaud, you notice that on the other side, through this poison, the scimitar is actually pushed out of the way. All right, guys, so we are after time. We are at the top of the round here. It seems like there is an opportunity for the group to potentially surrender if you trust these conditions. So I think I'll ask group, is there anybody that does not want to surrender? For example, Grasker at the top. Are you going to try to beat it with speed to get out of here? Are you going to surrender? Give me an idea of what you're doing first.
Has Grass seen the dogs move?
He hasn't seen them. I honestly don't know. I don't remember if you see them move in real space, what I'll call it, but you have seen them vanish and then reappear.
I think Grass will turn and do whatever Sebastian does.
Oh, you can't put that on the NPC now, Grass. Come on, you gotta make a decision.
I trust this man with my life.
Sure, right.
Why?
Oh man, I don't think I'm getting away if they send the dogs, so I think I have to stay.
All right, so it sounds like you turn and look like you're going to surrender. So just going in order then, Renaud, you would start your turn. You would suffer some, well, maybe. Roll me a con save, Renaud. All right, you would succeed this save. You don't have Bless, I know, but the 13 is good enough. So you would suffer no damage. You're going to try to Misty Step out of there, I'm presuming?
Yep.
And you're getting out of the poison back to the north?
Yeah, so I'm going to go 15 feet here. I'm going to Misty Step 30 feet here. How far up is this guy?
He's right next to you.
I'm going to disengage. Can I, well, if I disengage, can I still push through him?
You cannot. You would have to use an action like Tumble or Overrun to try to move through a person.
Those are actions?
Action or bonus action, yep.
Oh. I don't have too many other good options, so I guess he's going to get there and he's going to put his hands up.
Okay, so it sounds like Renaud's surrendering. So Pen, so far this dog looks like it's not backing down, but you've heard this broken comment from the other side. What would Pen do in this case?
I'm going to disengage from the dog because I don't think he's going to listen to know what's going on. And I'm going to go around to I hear the talk about surrendering. I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So, all right, I surrender.
All right, so you would stand up from prone, disengage, and then move some. So maybe not get full that speed, but either way, you're close enough. Once you get there and you say that, you notice they kind of turn and look at you very angrily, but this seems to, they don't immediately try to strike you, and you see one of them looking down to the dogs and says something in a language you don't understand, and you notice the dog just kind of looks up, but doesn't react in any kind of aggressive way. Moments later, you would see the other one kind of rush around looking in your direction, but he, as one of these guys kind of holds up a hand and does this like really aggressive slamming of his hand and snapping his fingers, you would notice the dog seems to calm down. Elliot, let's see, you're ooze, but I don't think, let me double check, I don't think you're immune to poison. You are not, so you would automatically suffer the poison damage. I'm just double checking to see if it says something like you don't breathe or something like that. It does not. So you would automatically suffer this damage. 13 points of poison damage. And then it would... What would you do now you're in ooze?
Well, I mean, we could play this out however we want, but I would move through the bars, but I'd still be in the gas, right?
That's 5 feet of movement. You would still have an action left.
I guess I could dash, right?
You could for another 5 feet.
Okay. Before I say that, then, if I know that I have an action, I didn't know that these slits on this wall here, are they raised as well, or are they,
So those
reachable?
are arrow slits that are higher up. It looks like the intention is for enemies on either side to be able to put a ranged weapon through there to hit into the hallway. So being an ooze, I would say you would have to try to get to the side of the wall and roll up. It would be pretty difficult.
Yeah. Elliot sees all of his friends getting captured, and he's thinking he's probably going to have to come rescue them. Even as an ooze, he's going to move out like he originally thought, and then he's going to start trying to quietly move this way and hopefully not be seen. Just try to slink away.
Stealth ooze. Okay, I like it. All right, so you try to get there. All right, and then Sebastian would also surrender. I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Hugo started all this. Okay, that covers everybody. So, unfortunately, apologies to Libby, because Libby's brand new character, of course, is the one that happens to die. So, Libby, we will need a new character for you for next week. Everybody else, you're essentially being taken prisoner at this point. You can think of this as, they're going to disarm you of any weapons, potentially even take off armor, valuables, that sort of thing. And they're going to be taking you somewhere. You're not even quite sure where that is at this point. I'm assuming based on the danger that you guys have faced, no one's going to try to pull a fast one. So when we start next session, you guys will pick up somewhere imprisoned, essentially, here in the Scarlet Citadel. So yeah, hope everybody enjoyed this session. It's funny, I'll tell you guys, I like to give a little bit of knowledge here every now and again, but there is a part of this specific level that says you as the DM will be tempted to go easy on the players here. Do not. Show them how difficult this is. Throw everything at them, essentially, more or less, different words. But hopefully you guys felt that, because that's this level is very dangerous. It is not a typical sort of dungeon crawl. It's very tactical, and there's a lot of different moving parts. Hopefully you guys also noticed the switching on the map where there was no poison. Suddenly we flipped the grid and now there is poison on the map. So there's some other stuff like that in the Scarlet Citadel, which is pretty cool. It gives a little bit of additional visual aid to what we're imagining here. So yeah, any last minute questions or anything, guys, before we call it for a night?
It's brutal.
I'm curious, for the dog to find me, did I fail my hide?
So without revealing too much, I will tell you the dog has blind sight, so he can see, and he's ethereal. So he can see through anything and see you at a great distance. So no
Through
matter,
walls and stuff? Because he wasn't anywhere near where I was.
He
right?
was only between you and the boxes. So when he was ethereal, he was between you and the boxes, and being ethereal, he can see through the boxes. So yeah, your stealth check the first time was really good, but the second time not as great. So yes, they were easily able to find you there. All right, guys. So yeah, hope everybody enjoyed this very dangerous session. We'll go ahead and end it here. Everybody have a great night. We'll see everybody next week.
See you guys.
Take it easy, everybody.